quick fix, found in bliss when you feel the heartbeat inside. When you're drunk, when you're drunk, when you're drunk, when you're drunk, when you're drunk. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? When you're drunk, when you're drunk, when you're drunk, when you're drunk, when you're drunk. Me too, I'm just like you, and I need to fuck it up sometime. I'm stuck with ego trips, selling sex to a mother bar. Sometimes I feel magic, then I manage to fuck up somehow. Get drunk, get drunk, get drunk, get drunk, and then getting high. Do you believe in magic?
to have the time it took. We used to have our things in place. Now reel me in, I've gone too deep. Forgotten what you used to say. We used to have time. We used to be careless. We used to look sad, but we couldn't care less.
me feeling like a firebolt high in the sky, looking like a thunderstorm. Oh, here we go, 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 go. You're easy to remember, so hard to forget. But baby, it's a coward way you strut. Well, how could I not worship every inch your feet have touched? Baby, run away with me. You kill it lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe there's only one of you, baby. Run away with me. Don't leave me lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe.
Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to refine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a I don't give a fuck. 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 It's time to start doing the right thing. So trust your instincts, stop listening to others, and own your decisions. People will always tell you what to do, and how to live. So let's create things for what matters most.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a day it has been. I am much better. I'm still coughing once in a while. Thank you for asking. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see who is in the house tonight. I know I saw Agropolis was first, and he donated a big 20. Thank you, sir. You are awesome. I am doing much better. Fredo Fonzarelli, good to see you, sir. Project VO Pod, I sent you a link. Hopefully you can jump on. Love to talk to you tonight. Lord of Pies, good to see you. Good to see you. Smoking Spaceman, good to see you. Mr. is in the house. American Man, good to see you there, sir. Good to see you. Silvar Ogre is in the house. Smoking, well, he says Smoking Spaceman. Let's see who. K2, keep on trucking. Yeah, I couldn't watch the Mel show last night. I was sick in bed. Anson Knowles, did I cry like a 5-year-old girl? I mean, I feel like I was at least a teenager. Gary Doggy, good to see you, sir. Don't recognize your name, but whatever. That's cool. That's cool. And let's see. Let's get it going. Pies are tasty. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me. I still am coughing, but I can breathe, and that is miles better than I was yesterday. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a good one. We have to start out with, did you see the guys that I debate with every Monday, Prime and Gibbs, on Tim Pool this morning? They did let me know. Hey, welcome, Ghost 1978. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, Silvar Ogre. Good to see you, man. I really appreciate all you guys. So they did not tell me that they were going to be on. They didn't. I wanted to know. I would have liked to have been on. I would have bought a plane ticket. I would have gotten a plane and flown up there. Maybe. Depends on where he's at. Ghost 1978, Gibbs was an idiot, but he was a winning idiot. And Prime just, what was he thinking? How unprepared can you be to show up to a Tim Pool show? Look, I like Prime. He's a nice guy. He's like one of the, he's one of those guys that he doesn't really know what kind of what's going on, but whatever. Prime just, it was all feel, and I forget who I was talking to this morning about it, but it was just like, I knew it was going to be all feelings. I think it was Savage. It was all feelings, no facts, and when he did have facts, oh man, they were fucked up. Is Tim and Crowder moving to Rumbles? Maybe. I doubt it. Rumble sucks, and they haven't fixed it. It's been a year now. A lot of people have been waiting for them to fix it. I've been waiting for them to fix it. It's still, I mean, it's better. I'll give them that, but it still sucks. And here's the big thing is that OF is about to launch OF.TV or something like that. And when they do that, I mean, it's gonna smoke Rumble into the dirt. It's gonna be so much better. They've got so much more money to put behind it than Rumble does, because the OF girl thing is, kind of getting played. Whatever. Right. Smoking Spaceman, right. Not only did he act unprepared, he acted like it was his show. No. It was great, man. It was great. I was sitting there watching. I was totally unexpected too, because I'm just like having my breakfast. I'm getting ready to do some. I had a late breakfast. I was getting ready to do some stuff, and bam, there it is, dude. It was great, man. It was great. So OFTV, if you don't know about this, I don't know that. I don't know what they put out, but this is what I know about it from behind the scenes. And I could get in trouble for saying this, but I don't give a fuck. The OFTV is going to be. It's going to be. They're wanting to do like 2-hour shows max. Usually I think they're looking like 30-minute to an hour-long programs that are formatted like a TV show. They have to be safe for work. So not a lot of swearing and stuff like not a lot of stuff that I do. But they don't really seem to care what the subject matter is. Just that it fits within the guidelines. And I don't even know that the swearing thing is a hard line in the sand. But no nudity, no partial nudity, any of that kind of nonsense. And the thing is that they're going to actually, for the first few that actually put together a format, and I say few, it's probably going to be 100, 200 creators. They're going to be on staff. They're going to be paid like there was a syndicated TV show. So like I know a couple of people right now that are putting together and polishing off a format to where they can put together, they do a 3-hour show on YouTube. They cut that down into a 30-minute show for OFTV and make money on both sides of that. I might do it myself if I can get somebody to produce me, like actually work with them and stuff like that. I'm really hard to work with. It's worse than herding cats. But I would do it 100%. Absolutely. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Twice on Tuesday. But yeah, so Prime Kai, whatever is it? He just got lambasted on Tim Pool this morning. It was great. It was awesome to watch. Yeah. So what happened on? So I don't know. Don't really know what happened to Mel and Tiki Tak's debate. I haven't seen Tiki Tak online today. It doesn't mean anything. He's very busy. But does anybody know what happened with that? That would be great. I would love to know what happened there. The other thing is my debate for tomorrow has been stood down for right now. The fellow who is putting it on is he's got some family issues have come up. I think it's a medical problem with a member of his family. He sent a message last night and said he had to he was going to be in traveling all day today. What's up, Imperious? I see you there. I heard Imperious on CT's show earlier today while I was driving, and then I swear to God, I heard a black Imperious a little later while I was driving on CT's show. Fucking hilarious. Just fucking hilarious. Mr. Boulay, by the way, sent in a Pi Day super chat. Let me dig it up here. $3.14 from Mr. Boulay in the Department of Numismatics. Today is a special day to grift. Happy Pi Day. Yes, let us keep the grift going, guys. We don't have that many people in here right now. We need to have more people. We really do. We really need to get the audience level up to a nice level. So tell your buddy and bring a friend and grift well and grift often. Your half brother. Yeah, your brother from another mother. I got you. I am feeling way better today than I did yesterday. Yesterday, I started off strong, and like 20 minutes into the show, I knew I was in trouble, but I just tried to tough it out. I got to like 2.5 hours, and I was like, Garopolis comes in again, $9.99. Grift. I got the 20 from earlier, brother. Thank you. Appreciate that very, very much. StreamYard, Fat Man. Well, I don't understand broken English. Can you put more letters together, sir? Are you capable of that? I really wish there was a button. I'm going to request this in the future. I wish there was a button that when people tried to troll from chat, I could click their name and make them pop up on my screen so I could face them face to face or whatever. Yeah, man, I was terrible yesterday. Oh, I told you to fuck off and die? Was that over on Grace's stream? Yeah, I don't use StreamYard, bro. You'll have to get a mod to get to the link. There's a couple of hoops you have to jump through because we don't allow the porn bombing and all that nonsense that goes on other places. K2, keep on trucking, sends in $2 for the grift. Thank you very much. Thank you, Imperious. Thank you for coming through with that. I need to put the link in the Discord. I did not do that earlier. Give me 1 second. I'll take care of that. It's in the mod chat now. There we go. All right. And as long as Gary's going to behave himself, he can come on up. There's a couple more steps. You got to go to just talk to the mods. The mods will help you. You'll be all right. All right. So, where was I? Thank you for that, Imperious. I appreciate that. I am feeling much better. Still coughing a little bit. I had a lot of that post-nasal drip into my chest. It was bad. Anson Knoll sends in $2. StreamYard Fat Man. Ha 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 ha. Anson, I'm going to send you the link just because I have a feeling that you have a lot to say tonight. And I'm feeling spicy. If you guys haven't known, Anson has been all over the webs lately. And I really got to know how his new show kicked off the other day. So I can't wait. Can't wait to hear about this. Tiki Tack is online. Hopefully hopefully he wanders in. I would really love. Can anybody? Did anybody actually watch the? What did he changed his name on here? What did he change it to? Damn it! Bear with me, guys. I've got to track down. I got to track down the legend Anson Knowles. There he is. I got him. Changed it again. I didn't see what he said. There we go. Pardon me. And who else do I want to come up? Well, we'll send a link to Andrew just because. He may or may not come up. You never know. You just never know. Let's see. Who else we need to send links to? While I'm here, we'll send it to Brian. He's had some time off. And you know what? We'll send it to him too. I really did enjoy seeing my buddy, Mr. Gibbs, Admiral Gibbs, if you will, just beating down on my friends, Prime Kai. Okay, where was I? There we go. All right. How you doing, Silver Ogre? I'm like a first-time business owner, overworked, underfunded, and discovering both the hard way. That's awesome. I look, EOD. I wouldn't say that he made a good point, but he didn't make bad points. You know, he did well. He did well. He did much better than Prime did. Prime. You know, and I called it right out of the gate that it was going to be all about the feelings, all about the garbage. You know, that's, it's just the way it is. Yeah, he did pretty well. So yeah, EOD, yeah, he did pretty well. Yeah. So can anyone brief me? Can Anson Knowles, can you come up and brief me on the happenings last night on Mel's deal? I've got a friend request here. Who's this? Got you. We have accepted that, Agropolis. Perfect. All right, now what was I doing? Seems like somebody was sending me a message. No, never mind. Can somebody give me a Cliff's Notes on how the debate went with the Furby last night? I didn't get to see it. I was sick in bed. So Gibbs will surprise you. He doesn't act like a debater, but he can be a pretty good debater. Anson Knowles, welcome, sir. Welcome to the show. Anson Knowles, ladies and gentlemen. Anson Knowles, ladies and gentlemen. The man himself.
Yeah, ladies, I'm here. Keep your panties on. I know you're excited.
Yeah, so keep the panties on.
Yeah,
because you'll need them later. Need them for your tears. Right. Need them for your tears later.
So this debate you keep referencing with Sticky Tack and that dude. That didn't happen last night. That's scheduled for 6 days from now. Last night, Sarah the Raging Tomato had a nice open panel that I took part in, and I got to flirt with her a little bit. That was fun.
As well, you should. A man of your refined taste and breeding.
Yeah. She had a really good panel discussion about body count. You would have liked it actually. Oh yeah, it was an awesome conversation. She really showed her inner feminist.
Who the fuck is calling me? The fuck was that? That was weird. It's like somebody's calling me on Discord or something. But oh wait, here we go. Who was that? Oh, I got it. I figured it out. No worries, dude. I got you. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, what's up, Alex Moore? Good to see you. Tim did more than smack Prime with a couple of facts and reality checks. Tim smacked him from across the room, full force, flat-handed, upside the head. Do you agree, Mr. Knowles?
I don't know. I don't watch. I don't watch.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No, I don't watch Temple. Temple's a commie. So,
is he a communist?
Yeah, he used to be Occupy Wall Street guy. He's like,
really,
he's anti-establishment or whatever. But like his origin is more like Bernie Sanders, bro. That he's from that wing of the populist movement, and those people are just commies. Yeah, I don't work with those kind of people. I don't support them. I don't watch them.
I didn't think Tim Pool is a commie. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah, my definition's a lot broader than most people. So most people will probably just consider him like a Democrat.
All right, let me. Sorry guys, I got a lot of stuff going on here.
Trump's a Democrat too.
He is a Democrat. He's a classic Democrat, though.
Yeah.
Tim claims he's post-libertarian. What the fuck is a post-libertarian?
Well, it just means that he doesn't have moral values. He thinks that everyone should just, my preference.
Stand by, guys. Anson, take it away. I gotta do something.
Oh, good, awesome. So I've got control of the show now. So right now, I'm gonna screw with chat and see what y'all are doing. Smoking Spaceman is laughing at Silver Ogre, and Ogre. He thinks what is it? Anson knows some of them don't wear them to begin with. You're damn right, man. They don't wear them chicks, man. They don't put on their underwear. They walk around. It's all nasty and stuff. It's awesome. Nastier the better. Let's see. Strategic Women's Alert Team. Ooh, is that? Oh, that's SWAT. Kevin L. That's funny, man. Tim's not a commie. All right, EO'd. All right, he's a reformed lefty. Yeah, that don't mean nothing. Reformed lefty is just the right wing triangulating to abide by the Overton window instead of pushing it to the right themselves. Tim Pool should be ostracized as a far left wing radical. All right, he's not one of us, dude. He's a far leftist, man. Yeah, look at that. Naomi, hey, how you doing, girl? Hey, you keep following me around everywhere I go. Every channel I get on today, you just sort of pop up there and you start flirting with me. All right, Mike is your man, okay? I don't want you, all right? Naomi, so just back off. I'm gonna send Mike a DM and tell him you've been following me around, all right? Let's see. Imperious. Stop flirting with her. She's taken, all right? Let's see, random lefty as opposed to orthodox Marxist. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hey, Naomi is in the chat.
Yeah, Naomi is in there. Oh, it's great. It's back. Are you done?
Classing up the place.
Yeah.
Classing up the place. All right. So did the debate last night go down between Ticky Tack and
No.
Why not?
It's scheduled for the 20th.
Oh, I thought it was last night.
No, last night she did the panel.
I didn't miss it.
Yeah, you didn't miss it. She did that panel on body count where she was doing her feminist stuff, where she was coping for her massive body count but not admitting it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So you had mentioned about me having a stream before.
Yeah.
My channel. So I did one episode with Eternal, and then the next day, her and I severed our relationship. And
I heard that.
I closed the channel down because it was a partnership between the two of us, and I am no longer affiliated with her in any way. So I didn't want to have any affiliation with anything that we'd ever done together.
Yes.
Sometimes, things happen. And, when a woman tells you no, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm the kind of guy to listen, I'm not going to.
Did she really tell you that?
Yeah, she told me not to talk to her anymore.
Why is that?
Well, because I was flirting. You know me, Grit. I get into these chats and I talk up the ladies and I
Well, you
get
talk
on
a
the
lot of shit. You
Yeah.
talk a lot of shit.
I do, yeah. And she got jealous of me flirting with the ladies and got mad at me.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. You've seen her on Wicked Wally's channel, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
I have.
she-
I have
she-
this thing where I'm always telling her to put clothes on or something because she's, kind of a
yeah.
kind
Well,
of a
that's her
degenerate.
most endearing quality.
For you. What's up? Who are you? Are you
Well,
rough today?
you told me to fuck off and die. for
I
one.
did because you're
Two-
being a dick, and that's what I
No.
do.
No, you're just a faggot. 1, 2. I think you both are the biggest grifters ever of the red pill. And the red pill.
I'm not in the red pill, pal.
Yeah, and I don't have a channel anymore, dude. I had a channel for like a day.
He had a channel for one episode.
I don't sell anything, dude.
You're the caricature of masculinity, not actually real masculinity.
I'm a caricature of masculinity.
You put up AR-15s behind you, and you put up a cool little 50s.
Well, actually, that's an AR-10, but it's cool. Don't worry about it.
Are you truthfully masculine? Are you?
I mean, I've been married 20 years. I got 2 kids. I'm a competitive shooter. I owned a race team. I make about $1 million a year. I don't know. Am I masculine to you?
Whoa, okay. Let's talk about. Well, 1, you're overweight, and that in and of itself means you're not a figure of strength, and that is what masculinity is. 1, 2.
I'm not a figure of strength.
2, let's.
Hey, you're upside down, right, dude?
Well then, what?
Hey, you're upside down. Your cam is upside down.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that.
It's kind of weird. It's like you're hanging from the ceiling. It's hilarious. Wait, are you hanging upside down?
Keep on trucking with K2. Keep on trucking says, tell him to speak up. I can't hear him. What are you in a student lounge?
No, this is my apartment.
That's your apartment?
Yeah.
That's pretty clean for a college kid. I'll give you props for that. Did your mom clean it for you?
I'm out of college. And
you're out of college.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I don't know how much I want to say. I don't know what your views are. I don't want to dox myself, but
it's just a question. I ran a race team. I did a bunch of stuff. I have a degree in psychology. I mean, I don't care. I mean,
that in of itself is not a masculine degree. I'll say that.
Well, that part is irrelevant. I wanted you to feel more comfortable in. I asked you, what do you do? And you're like, well, I don't want to dox myself. It doesn't matter, man. I'm not here to dox anybody.
I see you're trying to be reasonable now. Now you're trying to be reasonable. Now you're not telling me to fuck off and die. So, I mean, I'm a software engineer.
I'm sorry?
A software engineer. A lead software engineer, actually.
Software engineer. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my brother does that kind of work. That's respectable work. That's tough.
Yeah.
A2 keep on trucking wants you to know he can't hear the soy boy. I'm assuming it means you. Oh, look at that. Guy works out.
He's got the gun. He ain't no soy boy.
I don't think I'm a soy boy.
Is that trend?
My motorcycle is probably faster than any car you own. But I guarantee it probably. What's the fastest 0 to 60 you have?
0 to 60? Seriously?
Well,
I mean, look, I owned a race team. I did sports cars. I also did drag. We did drag cars. We had one of the guys that I worked with. I guess I don't know how you really put it, but he ran low 9s, got into the 8s a couple of times. As in a quarter, not the 8th. Hey, Glenn Lawrence is in the house. Somebody get that man a link.
Another
grifter.
Another grifter, Glenn Lawrence.
And then hold on. In the touring cars, we were generically. I mean, we were at the sharp end of the stick. We could get pole position occasionally. Depends. I mean, it just depends on the track, on the day, whatever. The fastest car that I ever personally owned was a Ferrari, but I never actually drove it that much because I bought it specifically because I knew it was going to be worth more, and I sold it shortly after that. It was just an investment piece. I almost did buy a twin turbo Ferrari Lamborghini Gallardo, but decided not to. Honestly, I thought the market was going to fall on them, and it kind of did. Not really, not that big a deal. As far as bikes go, I mean, I I bounce back and forth between new and old bikes. So I've got like a CBR 600 F4.
Wait, you ride?
I'm sorry?
Ride? You actually ride? You ride bikes? Like you have a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Really? All right.
Yeah. I had a CBR 900 RR for a long time. I had, I've had a lot of bikes. I like leader bikes ish, but the newer 600s are okay. I jump back and forth between new and old bikes. I have a 76 CB 550 4K. I've got a CB 750 or 350 4K. I got a bunch of shit, man.
I don't see you being a speeding type of guy in a motorcycle, on a motorcycle, but
it doesn't really matter.
Sure. I've got a Ducati Street Fighter V4S.
Okay, I had a Ducati 900 SS SP.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool bike.
What's that other guy's name?
That's Anson Knowles. He's an old dude too.
Yeah, but I'm
just about to join.
Oh, that's Glenn Lawrence.
Yeah. Now the fastest thing I own is my Long Easy airplane. It does about 225 miles an hour.
You got a plane. Nice. All right, I'll give you that.
Like 4 planes, but that's beside the point.
Wait, what do you do with those planes? Like, do you actually put them to use?
I fly them. Mostly I work on them because I'm a hands-on kind of guy.
You don't
man shit.
Want to monetize it? Like, you could probably put them to use to I don't know. In some way.
I actually started out in doing content where I was showing where I was building one of the planes, but it's just so tedious, man. It's like the worst fucking thing ever. It's so bad. Now I've got boats. I do all of it. Anything of transportation. I've got boats. I've got cars, airplanes. The only thing I don't, we discussed it the other night. The only thing I really don't have is a train. And we were looking the other night, and I figured out that I can actually buy a train.
What the hell? Why do you have so much money? That's ridiculous. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know what I would do with it, other than it would be cool as fuck to be able to jump on the train here in Nashville and go through Denver and end up in San Francisco like they did back in the day.
Oh, man. But it's
I don't have a rocket either, Steve, in a car.
You're the epitome of the boomer, though. You do realize that.
I'm not a boomer.
Epitome.
I'm not a boomer.
Okay, you're in between boomer and Gen X, probably.
I am X.
You are the epitome. You're probably
I'm exactly X.
Pull yourself up by the bootstrap kind of mentality. I don't follow your stuff, but that's the vibe I get. And it's
okay. It doesn't matter what vibe you get. I'm a competitive shooter. I do actually what's called 3-gun. You're probably not aware of it. They probably don't have it wherever you are. Well, actually, that's not true. If you're doing software, you might be in San Francisco. There's a good club out there, Richmond.
I'm from Boise, Idaho, dude.
Boise, Idaho?
Yeah, anyhow.
Okay. All right.
What's
There's nothing out in Idaho. I've been through Idaho. I've never.
No, it's beautiful country up there, though, Grid.
I've never wanted to stay in Idaho, bro. I've never wanted to stay there. It's like Nebraska. When you get into Nebraska, Nebraska never fucking ends. Nebraska is just what the fuck did I just do? It's almost like Texas. Texas, just driving from Dallas up to Oklahoma is a full fucking day. You've driven a whole day and you're not even out of fucking Texas. It's terrible. Well, with a trailer. With a car, it's easier, but we always had cars and trailers and shit. Imperius, you do 3-gun? You ought to try the Richmond Rod and Gun Club out in San Francisco. Tell them I sent you. But you'd have to know my real name, but we could, figure it out.
Yeah, it's not that hard. You're easy to look up.
I am very easy to find because I don't need to hide from anybody.
All right, you're more respectful than you were initially.
Stand by. $5 comes in from K2 Keep On Trucking. Here's for Grid 1 Train Fund. I'm going to have to actually start a train fund. I really actually do want to try. You guys are kid. You think I'm kidding? I don't have horses.
Hey, Ruff, I got a question for you, bud, because you came in kind of hot, and I didn't really get to hear about.
Hold on. Let me tell you, Anson. What happened is I was on a panel where I was invited on to give some advice, and this numbnuts comes up and he starts being a dick, and I'm like, well, fuck you, fuck off, fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. And you know who I am, right? Like, I don't give a fuck about this guy. So
See,
I was
you
like,
are
and
the
he
epitome
followed me
of-
over here, and I'm like,
you are
yeah, that's
such
cool,
a
dude.
Douchebag, dude. You are such a douchebag. You are the epitome of a boomer. You're so smug.
Yeah, but
What
what's
did you
wrong
just
with
tell
that?
me? What did you?
Yeah.
Because you're a douchebag. You.
But what's wrong with that?
I wasn't the one being a douchebag. I was invited there to help
You-
somebody,
you
and you
make-
came rolling in like you had a fucking
no,
clue.
but like, what you're doing, I don't know about your past history and how you made these millions of dollars. Like, if you made it in a way that was actually like producing.
I owned a race
If
team.
you're-
I owned a bunch of businesses.
So I guess you could
owned
argue-
shit.
Okay, well, I don't know how you like inherited your money and all this stuff, but like, I guess
I
you
didn't
actually-
inherit shit. I was dirt fucking poor, bro.
Okay, so like, yeah, that's my point. Is like, fine. In the past, you actually like produced goods that were valuable or whatever, or you provided some good for society. But
Mhm.
now you're really going on YouTube and do you not realize how cringe you are? You're making whatever like ideology that you want to put out there.
Hold on,
look
dude.
so
You're breaking up.
bad, dude.
Is
You're
that him or
making
me?
it look bad.
That's you.
You make
It's me.
conservatives, or you're making conservatives, or
Hold
whatever
on,
it is you're
man.
going
I got something going
Bad
on
looking.
here. I got to close some shit down or something.
because you're cringe.
Did I just freeze?
No, I can see you just fine, man.
Is it him or me?
I don't know.
Because he was
Hey,
like freezing and like serious shit.
I can see it just fine. Chat, is there anything wrong with the stream? Can y'all see?
Can you guys see this? Can you see that? Is that what's going on there? Yeah.
Congratulations, you're a better man than I am, and you're more masculine than me too.
I mean, strength.
yeah.
Strength is a core element to masculinity. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I have a different approach though. I don't try and be masculine, and I don't really care about being masculine. I just don't really
It must have been me.
give a crap. So chicks
No, but you
really
guys
dig it
do.
when you're
No, but
indifferent.
you guys do. I don't know anything about you, Anson. But I mean,
Anson.
Grid is like I said, he's the caricature of masculinity. The AR-15s in the back.
Yeah.
That is not masculinity. Masculinity, like you said, is.
Well, I changed my set a lot. So.
Well, masculinity is about not getting in your feelings and getting all bent out of shape about what other people say. That's probably the least masculine trait that you have is the way you came in here and started whining like a woman.
No, actually being respectful is a core element of masculinity. And Grid 1 Motorsports, like I said, you're a douchebag.
I mean, that's cool, dude. That's cool.
Dude, you are hilarious.
I am perfectly fine being a douchebag. You know why?
Because you got $1 million, bro. Good for you. Or you made $1 million a year.
Because
That's why
I could do it all over again tomorrow.
You can do it all over. I don't think.
Yeah, I can do it all over again tomorrow.
You couldn't though. No. The economy that you grew up in is just way fucking different than it is now.
Oh my fucking god, that's the weakest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Wait,
God
do you
almighty.
not-
Cry
do you
me
not
some
think it
more
is?
rivers.
I'm
Holy
a
shit.
successful individual. I'm not like a millionaire, but like I make $200,000 a year. I'm not like a little bitch complaining about like not getting by, but like it's just obvious to anyone that the environment that you grew up in is way different than the environment today.
That doesn't
don't
have
think,
anything to do with success, bro.
Accumulating wealth was, dude. What have you never looked at like statistics by generation of like average wealth for your generation?
Yeah, people right now, there are more young people buying stupid ass shit like Lamborghinis than ever before.
See, you are a boomer. Yeah. What about housing?
What about housing?
Well,
Why
okay,
is it that your generation thinks that you ought to be able to go out and buy a 3-bedroom house at 22 years old, 23 years old? Nobody was ever able to do that before,
but
dude.
You can do basic comparisons of like median income for a successful person like me. Like I make $200,000 a year, and my father, who just was a blue collar construction worker, was able to buy a house for like $50,000.
What kind of house?
An average house for like $50,000.
No, that's bullshit. Literally, the house that like my parents were able to buy a house. Yeah, it was a tiny little house that had been built in like the 50s.
Yeah, But
Right.
no, you didn't even.
You can still buy that same fucking house today. I just bought. I'm going to buy 20 houses this year in Columbus, Ohio, for 200 grand, dude. Don't fucking tell me you're an idiot. You are literally the problem with society, sir. You are the best example of the problem with society. Oh, it's so hard. I make 200 grand a year and I live in a fucking apartment. Oh my shit. Well, yeah, you're not going to go out and buy a $400,000 house, you dumbass. Buy a starter home.
That's my point. How about that? Okay, so
dude, you don't have a point. You don't have a point. You have a bunch of crybaby bullshit. You should go back to watching Grace bounce her tits around and be a fucking degenerate. You don't belong here, sir. You don't belong here. You don't belong amongst people that actually know what the fuck they're talking about.
How about you be respectful and let me just like get a sentence?
No, yeah, I'm being as respectful as I can. When somebody says something that's so full of shit, I can't be respectful towards them. I just can't.
Well, hold on, wait, Ruff, will you do me a favor?
Hold on, Anson's gonna say something.
Ruff. So Arthrodia in the chat is an older cat lady, and she's really excited by.
She's not that old. Why do you call her old?
Would you flex for her? It's the only excitement she's gonna get today.
I'll flex after.
She's like 30. Okay, that's not old, man. She's like 30, 35. I don't know, whatever.
Okay, I want to finish my actual thought though, because
go right ahead. I don't care.
Continued to rudely cut me off consistently for 3 minutes, but my point wasn't that I was comparing the same house, not a new house. It's like bigger and has 5 bedrooms. Literally the same fucking house that costed $50,000 when my parents bought it is $1 million now. Okay, do you not understand like that the average income, the median income is not keeping pace with the average cost of housing? Like, if you don't understand that, you are actually retarded.
Is this going to TTS?
Actually, I do have a
hold on.
The retarded one?
Is this going to TTS?
Yeah, I think it is.
I can't hear it. I don't know. TTS has been fucked up lately. All right, so let me scroll up and re-trigger it. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why it's fucked up, man. It's just been it's had a hard couple of weeks. $10 comes in from Mr. Boulay in the Department of Numismatics. Average $50,000 house. Where the fuck are those? I'll take 4.
Are you just going to ignore my point? I'm very
no, I was respecting the person that paid. All right, okay. So you're telling me that if I go on to any of the real estate sites, that the house that you bought, that your dad bought for $55,000 is now $1 million?
Do you not understand like
I understand the point, sir. From reality, sir, the housing prices have not boomed? I don't like hyperbole. I'm asking you specifically the house that you claim that your dad bought a house for $50,000, right? 5-bedroom, $50,000 house. Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm not going to give you the address.
And you're saying that I can go look up the same house today and it's $1 million.
Yeah, but I'm not going to give you the address. Like I said, I don't want to get doxxed. But
well,
yes. Wait, do you not think that's possible?
Hold on. Do
you not think that's possible?
I mean, sure, anything's possible. I mean, if it's in downtown San Francisco, sure.
No, not
so
even,
Ruff.
You're disconnected from reality then.
Ruff, hold on. I just bought a house a few months ago in the largest city in my state, and it was only a little less than $200,000. It was a 3-bedroom in a nice neighborhood. I mean, that's not unreasonable.
No, but wait. So you bought a house,
guys? If Simperius wants to come up, Simperius can come up. It's fine.
I mean, okay, but if you
the largest city in my state, a little less than $200,000.
I'm buying a shit ton of houses right now. I mean, I actually know the market.
If you know the market, 20 houses. You know that these anecdotal comparisons, my example or his example.
I study the market, sir.
What market are you buying in?
What market are you buying in?
I'm just curious. Have you never looked at like the pace of median income?
I don't care about. Look, I don't look at things that don't matter. I look at very specific things. I look at like We looked at the entire country and we picked one region because we're going to make the most profit there. They didn't have the cheapest houses, but we're going to make the most
then
profit.
you don't know the market. I'm talking about.
I've looked at
America.
all of the markets.
I'm
Or
not
which
talking about-
market are you talking about where a $50,000 house is now $1 million?
That specific example. First of all, I'm generally talking across the country, but that's
Well, okay. That's bullshit then.
No,
Give
it's not.
me an example.
That specific example is outside of Seattle.
Seattle?
Outside of downtown, in a rural area.
Okay.
Seattle.
But it's not rural anymore, correct?
Correct. So that's why it went up.
Yeah, it's grown up. Yeah, okay. So the land value's gone up, but the house value probably hasn't. What's a lot worth?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you understand land value versus the whole thing, the land with house?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. So what's the land value?
I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but yeah, obviously, like the house is old, but the land itself is the value. But that doesn't mean anything to someone needing to buy property, to buy a house in the place that they grew up. And this isn't just me that is complaining. I'm just saying, like across the country, you are such a boomer. Everybody in my generation knows this shit. That's like,
hang on, I got to talk to my mods a second. Naomi, in the Discord, there's the mod chat. That's where the link is. Naomi, sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Flexing.
I know, this is fucking hilarious. Arthur Dye is probably sold now, though.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I'm trying to negotiate her to buy a house for you, Ruff, since you're having trouble finding
one. So I actually have something for you here.
I make money. I'm good.
So Ruff. Here's the deal. So Arthur Dye out there now. I don't know when she graduated school. It wasn't too terrible. I mean, I'm sure it was a few years ago. She leaves school with like $300,000 in student loan debt, right? She did medical school, right? So I'm sure she got out of school when she was like 28, I would guess, 29, because it takes a long time to get through medical school. Like $300,000 in debt. She worked her ass off and paid it off in I think 2 or 3 years. We can get her up here and she can explain this better than I can.
We're showing the medical school, like a doctor.
$200,000 to buy a house, but she couldn't bring herself to go into debt. So she saved up another 2 years and paid cash for a house in Florida right outside of Miami. So why is it that other people can't do that? Why do you think that is?
Well, you just said that she got an MD, which means she got a doctorate. So, she's probably making $300K.
Oh, you're not in the. Somebody get Naomi the Discord.
I mean,
I don't know how to do that.
She's an MD. Like we can't compare the average house price for an income.
But MDs actually don't make that much money when they work for hospitals. You probably make more than most MDs.
The point is,
actually, that's a great point. So you say you make $200K a year, right?
Yeah.
All right. What and you don't tell me what area you're in, but just what's your apartment cost you a month?
Actually, I'm renting an apartment and a house at the same time. This is in Seattle, and I have a house in Boise. But what is the cost for this apartment?
Yeah,
it's $3K. And
$3K, and that's in Seattle.
The greater Seattle area. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm assuming you have to be there for work.
No, actually.
No.
It's a long story. Don't worry about it.
It's all right. It's all right. Everybody has a thing, man. Who cares? All right. So you make. Sorry, so $200K a year. You bring it home maybe one. Would you do a bonus plan, or you just straight $200K a year salary?
I mean, I'm salaried stock, but it's not a public company, so you can't sell stock every year, and then you get a bonus, which is usually around 10% a year.
Wait, so is it 200 or 190?
I mean, aside from bonuses and stock, I make after taxes 10K a month.
10K a month. Yeah, that sounds right.
No,
yeah.
sorry, 12K a month. I don't even know.
After taxes.
After taxes.
All right, gotcha. Okay. So $3K a month, just right out the door in rent for the apartment, and you're renting a place, and you're renting a place in Idaho.
Yes, it's a complicated situation. Yes. Yeah.
That's nuts, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
All right, so let me give you an example just from a couple of years ago, 10 years ago. So I actually lived in the Bay Area in Hayward, okay? And we rented a house, and we prepaid every 6 months. and it was still $3,000 or $3,500. I forget exactly what it was a month. That's a lot. It was a lot. It was in Union City. I wasn't even in actual Hayward. That was in Union City. It was a lot. And the only reason we got it that cheap was because we prepaid. That is what it is. After the first 6 months, I was like, this sucks. I won't do this anymore. So I put $300,000 down on a house. And my payment was $2,300 a month. It was less than the rent. And I was able to save that money that I was going into the rent, and it was also building equity because I ended up moving back to Tennessee, and we rented that house for another 2 years, $4,000 a month in rent for that house. So I was making my payment plus the taxes. I put about $800 a month in my pocket. The property taxes in Hayward ridiculous, man. It's like $1,200 a month, $1,300 a month, and it was going up. So I got tired of that. I sold that house. I made about $250,000, $300,000 on the sale of the house profit. Not, I got my original $300 back plus anyway. And I actually bought a house here in cash. I ended up buying 2 houses actually. Why? What's to stop someone? You look like a smart kid. Why are you not doing? Why do you not think this way? Other than it's a complicated situation.
So basically, you said you put $300K down on a house and you're paying less in rent, right?
Yeah.
Or you're
I mean, I could have put less down, but the money sitting in my bank account doesn't do anything.
Right? I mean, it's just so like different for our generation than your generation. Like job stability, I need to be mobile. Like I can't just even like buying a house locks me into a specific location. And just with the economy and the job market, like you really do need to be mobile these days. Like there are people, the average like people stay at a company in the tech industry, for example, is like 2 years. So every 2 years you're moving company. And that's, I think that's just like more and more becoming common. So that's just like one example. The other thing is it's just like, I don't know. The housing prices are just insane. It's what the example I gave, $50K to $1 million. Sure, it's not like that.
Over how many years?
It's probably like 40 years, 30.
Over 40 years? That's
30 years.
That's not bad at all, honestly.
Well, actually, I think he has a point there. I mean, I actually agree with that one, Grid, because there is an asset bubble in the housing market because the Federal Reserve prints money and people have to stick the money in hard assets, and that's a real problem caused by the government. And
it's also supply and demand. You can't bring in 50 million migrants and not increase housing at a massive rates.
Well, did we get Naomi taken care of? I'm sorry. Did we get Naomi taken care of? Is she in the Discord?
I don't know how to send Discord stuff. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was involved in the conversation. I wasn't really paying attention. It's interesting. It's interesting that the outlook you have. See, I have the completely different outlook, right? Like I was basically homeless for 3 years, and I lived in hotel rooms. I lived when I was home. I actually slept at my parents' place, or I had a friend, and I'd crash on his couch because all I was doing, I was at that point in my life. I was, you're what, like 28? Yeah. Okay. So I was a little younger. I was like 25, 26 maybe. And basically I traveled the country racing, and I worked for race teams as a hired gun. I was a mercenary. And so I was never home, dude. I didn't have, my mailing address was my grandmother's house for like 5 years. I didn't have anywhere. Right. And I didn't want it either. Right. Cause my entire focus at that point in time, I tell a lot of young men this, so I wasn't married by the time I was 23, 24. And I decided that all the girls that in that age range, all the dateable women in that age range were fucking psychopaths, and all they wanted to do was suck money out of my bank account. And so I decided that, and I tell young men this now, that, tell women to fuck off until you're like 35. Like date fine. Dating is fine. Sex is fine. Don't settle down till you're like 35.
I completely disagree. This is sort of like this is sort of like a get it out of your system mentality, or like there's
it's not a get it out of your system mentality. It's a focus on what's important, and what's important is building yourself.
Well, it's it's kind of like aligned with it though, where it's a lot of people will say like, hey, if you have a high school sweetheart, it's probably not going to work out. You should.
Well, I disagree with that though. So if you are married, if you are between the ages of like 17 and 23 and you get married and that woman's with you and you build that together, I think those relationships tend to last. It's the ones that after you get into that last stage of college and you're starting to plan your life and all of that, that's where people fuck up all the time. They get married and the next year you've got to go to fucking California for a job and she's got to go to Nebraska for a job. And who fucking wins that argument, right? Because you haven't been together but for maybe 6 months or a year, and you don't even know what you want anymore. And again, most dateable women in that pool are trying to suck money out of your bank account more than anything else. So I just tell young men all the time, if you are not married by about the age of 23 or 20 and 24 on the outside, just forget women until you're 35 and just work on building yourself, work on building your career, become the best you can be, become that manager, become that business owner, become the high valued employee. And because women, and I have fired a lot of people over this, man. I fired a lot of people over this in that age range where I tell them, hey man, I need you to work 4 hours over tonight and we got to get this shit done. They call up, hey, I'm going to be late. It's an argument. They hang up the phone. An hour later, phone rings, and the guy is like, hey, I can't talk to you. You don't understand. My boss doesn't allow us to talk on the phone while we're working. You're going to get me fired. And that chick doesn't care. She gives zero shits. She's just, all she knows is she's home, she's alone, and you're ignoring her. And for all she knows, you're out, banging some other chick. And and unfortunately, that's the way a lot of women think. And I think that young men in that age range, you're just better off. And I'm not going to say always, but a lot of young men are way better off just focusing on themselves, and they get distracted, right? Then they do start thinking, well, now I've got to buy a house, or, I'm stuck in this area and I can't take this job all the way across the country. In my case, I literally I had a job in New York. The next week I had a job in Miami. The next week I was in California. I was in California for 3 months. 3 months later, I was back. I was in Atlanta for 2 months. I have a buddy of mine living that life right now. You make a lot of money, right? But it wears on you. It just absolutely wears you to death. But you learn a lot, and you learn the skills to be, and this guy actually used to work for me. Right now he's I don't know where they are this weekend. They're running the Lamborghini Super Trofeo race, the season start for 2025. Dude to work for me is running, I think 5 of the cars out of Ohio somewhere, and for some race team there. And that's what he does. Travels the country playing with race cars.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I think I myself didn't date in college because I literally couldn't. I was working a full-time job, working in college, had to taking care of my parents' dogs and stuff like that. So I literally couldn't date. But I think that's a really sad perspective to have, because you're wasting the best years of your life, essentially, that you could be with a beautiful woman. And I agree that there's terrible women out there, and that's something my generation faces.
I get married at 35, bro.
My generation, probably the girls are probably more I don't want to say worse quality, but there's a little bit more
they're more shallow.
Yeah, maybe they're some of them more shallow. They're more.
I think you're in that range where women are they're in China. They're called leftover women. They get about 25 and they haven't been married. They're called leftover women.
Yeah.
And so when I was 35, I tried to date in my age range. So when I was probably 33, 34. I started dating it seriously again. I've been in one place for a year. It's the longest I've been anywhere in a long time. And I'm like, fuck, I should probably start dating again. So I started dating. I had a good time at it. And maybe I should get married.
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem dating girls.
Yeah, no, dude,
but
I get it.
my
Hold on, let
like
me
the quality
just,
of girls is different today. The girls
yeah,
are different today.
let me
However
finish
you wanna
up.
phrase it, is different than they used to.
I'm going to address this quality issue, right? So in my age range, most of the women had a lot of baggage and a lot of damage. I didn't want to deal with that, so I started dating younger and younger and younger. My wife's 11 years younger than me, dude. So, and I tell most young men, not unlike yourself, I tell them that that's what that maybe not, they need to think about that. Maybe it's not the goal, maybe it's not for you, maybe you're different. I don't know. You do you, bro. But
just in general, it's a sad perspective in life. Like you're wasting the best years. You're dedicating your entire 20s, which is like your prime, your physical prime, your
sure,
mental prime. Honestly, I mean,
right,
and
to
like,
being the best, absolute best you can be, and gaining wealth and knowledge and position in life. And then when you're 30, when you're starting that, and you're still kind of in your prime, because I mean, dude, I'm 53 and I still, like, nobody thinks I'm 53. So
I
when
mean,
you're doing that,
there should be no reason why you cannot have there should be no reason why you have to dedicate everything to that. You should be able to dedicate some small, it doesn't have to be a lot, but you should be able to dedicate some percentage to like having a girlfriend, maintaining a relationship, maybe making kids, maintaining it. I completely disagree. You shouldn't have to dedicate your entire life to work. Just like, that's not reasonable for like anybody.
why you don't have to dedicate your entire life to work, but you need to have the most dedication to your craft, to your art, to the thing that you do. And women, if they haven't come up with you, they're more than likely not going to stay with you. That's why people end up with 3 ex-wives and 5 kids by 3 moms. Ask Anson right there. That dude, which wife are you on, Anson?
I'm trying to find the third one. I've got children from 2 different wives, man. I did that whole.
This is a quality issue. This isn't a priority.
Yeah, he's right.
It's a quality issue. You need to be able to. You need to be selective in who you choose to get married.
Well, no. I put a premium on breeding. For me, having children and having a family was more important than all of that comfort stuff and all of that other stuff that you care about, like the quality of life. I don't really care about any of that. To me, having children is the most important thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah,
but having them young was a great idea.
No, I'm not disagreeing there. I'm saying that as a kid of divorced parents, that's a terrible thing. I think all parents should never get divorced, and you want to be selective in who you choose as your person.
Oh, dude, you can't control what the woman does. I didn't get married thinking I was going to get divorced. You can't trust a damn one of them women. You just go ahead and get that out of your head, man. That's a delusion.
I think there are some good girls out there. I think you got to be.
I mean, I wish you luck. I'm just telling you, man. I've watched a lot of I've had, well, I don't know, hundreds, but 800 at least employees in your age range or younger, and I'm just telling you, I've watched them, and I've watched them have trouble over and over and over again. And I know what worked for me. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but anyway, $5 from Mr. Boulay in the Department of Numismatics. Anson, if this guy looks for software engineering jobs where we are, bet he can find a lot of positions and save tons on cost of living for starters. That's true. That is true. But, you'd really have to figure that out. Hey, Imperius is in the back. What's up,
Hey,
Imperius? How are you?
good evening. Good evening. Yeah, no, I mean, dude, this guy. Okay, bro, you're listening. Like, you should take a little bit of. Have you ever heard of the word hubris?
Look, I'm going to warn you. Imperius he's different, but he usually behaves himself on my show.
No, I'm not trying to be really mean to you. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
you're pretty young, dude. I mean, you know what I mean? You're making good money.
Remind Imperius of Imperius.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, but like, what you should be aiming for is making the money you do and working remotely. Like me, I'm in Florida. I do a lot of my work from California, but I live in Florida.
I do work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So just like I said, dude, in the end, you look in my city, you can buy a 4-bedroom house for $320,000. It's one of the nicest areas in Florida. It just depends what you want. Like, are you going to live in like on the beach, or are you going to live like you know, a block or two away.
You guys are missing my point, though. It's not.
I don't think we are.
No, but
no, I think
I'm not saying it's not possible.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
saying,
Imperious, let him go.
Go ahead, dude.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying I couldn't make this stuff happen. But I'm just saying the markets, the environments have changed. They are not what they used to be when, I don't know how old you are, Imperious, you know, your camera on.
I'm 38.
But when Grid Motorsports was my age, like the market was completely different. And not just the markets, like
somewhat though. Like, but remember, my
environments are different.
But my grandpa, when my grandpa came out here and bought his house in Orange County from Ohio, when they came out in the 50s, okay, that house when they bought it for $22,000 back then was a fortune, dude.
Yeah,
like
true.
for that, dude, for that amount. No, but what I'm saying, so it's a relative, because remember, he made as a VP at an insurance company, and he made like, you know, I don't know, 75K, 100K a year. But with taxes at that time and everything, and having that kind of house and 2 kids and everything, like you got to realize, dude, it wasn't just like you're thinking like, oh, just the raw numbers. The raw numbers isn't the issue, because remember, the raw numbers, all it does is represent how many dollars are in circulation. It really doesn't represent the actual innate value, what you're trying to talk about. It just all inflation is just more dollars in circulation. It's not reflective of the actual relative value.
Anecdotal, like the community that I grew up in. Even with my salary, I mean, maybe I could maybe buy a house in the community that I grew up in. So not only is it impossible for someone like me to buy a house in literally the community that I grew up in, which is like an inherent human value that like humans have had for all of human history, is like being able to like raise a family in the place you grew up.
I mean,
and the community itself is completely fucking different, right? Like,
but brother, you can do that.
Millions of people into your fucking country,
but you have access to the FHA first-time homebuyer loan. Everybody.
Wait, hold on, wait,
Ruff. The little details, though, man.
No, but bro, Ruff, hold on. I gotta hop off here in a second. But what I'm saying is, look, Ruff, you can, every American, like the way that you usually do it, if you want to make money in real estate, you take your FHA, you buy a 4-bedroom property, live there for a year, so you qualify as our income resident. Then you take a loan out on those 4 bedrooms after 2 years of owning them, and buy another 4 bedrooms and add procure them and add infinitum. But like, so you can buy a house, like, dude, all you need, if you want to live, let's say where you grew up, 3.5% down, FHA, you're a U.S. citizen, and you can do that, and you're going to be paying a lot less. Remember, in addition, dude, in all these states, either in California, New York, Florida, Texas, they all have down payment assistance and stuff that you don't have to pay back unless you ever sell the house. And by the time you sell the house, the inflation, like you talk about, will, like they loaned you $30,000 to put the down payment on. In 15, 20 years, $30,000 will be minuscule to the overall value. So, I mean, there are ways to do it. It's not some like impossible thing. A lot of young people, because I'm only 38, I'm saying a lot of young people think it's just this impossibility. No, it takes a little bit of short-term struggle where you're going to have to live like hell for about 5-10 years to get that. And then you buy a house and then you grow. But that has been the way of the world for everybody, unless you're inheriting tons of money. My parents didn't give me all this money to do it. Like, they could have, but they didn't say, here, take all this and do it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just,
again,
oh my
god.
I'm
not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying that the path
but it's
path to it is much harder. The path
no, it's not. It's no different. Back to brother. Back then in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you didn't even have health insurance. If you got sick, you lost everything. There was no health insurance from jobs and stuff. There was no all this stuff that you're talking about. If you got injured,
I'm curious. Take a step back. You really think the quality of life today, just in general, I'm not talking about like housing specific.
Yeah, I think we have it way
easier. It's better today.
I think we have it way easier. Yeah, I think we have it in general. Bro, look at what we can do. Look at what we can do. Everybody, do you know how many grocery stores there were in the 50s and 60s compared to now?
Do you know how much more obesity there is today? I don't care about.
But that's my point. The obesity is a reflection of abundance of resources. The obesity is a reflection of abundance of resources.
Yeah, but you're just saying it. It's so much more complex than that. It's like the quality of food is it better. You could even say yes, it is, but it just society.
He's making a valid point here, because because shrinkflation and adding ingredients to food to increase their shelf life with food that isn't actually food because the Federal Reserve has
True.
basically ruined our
No,
currency.
I get that, but if you want, you can still go to Whole Foods. You can still do farmers markets. You can still do all this. This isn't like like that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, again, you're thinking in the big city mentality, brother. And like in a lot of smaller places, people, dude, like you have farmers markets, you have local in the town every
That's
week.
true.
There's, you know what I mean? Like you can buy from local farmers if you're in a lot. Like, dude, in Texas, if you want to butcher, get a cow, you can buy a cow and have it butchered for you. Like you
Well,
can go
do that
pick the
here,
cow
too.
up.
I
you
mean,
can go pick
I'd
the
drive down and look at my future hamburger, right?
Yeah,
So I gotta hop off, but I'm just saying, dude, don't take it
Yeah, you're
so
good.
like negativity. We have it really easy. Remember, you have a phone in your hand that has access to infinite information.
And guess what?
Wasn't it
Guess what
mad-
people use that for? Guess what people use
Yeah,
that for?
but what people
YouTube
do
all
with
day.
it is
doesn't,
not
that doesn't matter. I mean,
but then
we're
yeah,
talking
it
about
does.
quality of life
No,
here.
but tools, technology, everything is a reflection of what people choose to do with it. It doesn't mean that the environment isn't easier. It means people are worse nowadays.
I'm
That's
not
all.
disagreeing that we have more technology. That's your argument, is that technology has progressed. There's more more
No,
food
I'm
production.
saying we
Yes,
have it
no, that's
easier
your
in every
entire
metric.
no.
I'm
That's
saying
your
we
entire
don't
no.
have. I mean, dude,
But your
we're not
entire
dying from
argument is
polio.
that technology has progressed, right? There's more food. That's a technological advancement. There's better medical care. Not
Okay.
even
I would say
literally.
this. I would
That's not
say
even
this.
true, because we've influxed millions of people into our healthcare system. It's hard to even get a doctor's fucking appointment. I can guarantee you, the cost of healthcare was way cheaper in the 60s. Better quality. Sure, it's not. It's
No, it
technologically
wasn't, because you had to pay everything out of pocket. Everything is out of pocket.
I don't disagree with. I actually wouldn't disagree that I think that your average day-to-day person didn't need healthcare as much in the 60s.
No, you did. But what I'm saying is the risk was high.
But what we've done is we've created a society that's dependent upon healthcare, and that's actually a solid point. I don't know that. I mean, I think that's a global. I think that's globally a negative everywhere that it's available, but I don't think that makes our life harder today than it is 20 years ago. I do think people were or 30 years ago or 40 years ago.
I don't think. I don't think anybody here has actually lived in the 60s as like an adult, right? Like, I'm curious. I mean, I obviously didn't, but like you can get a sense of what it was like in the 60s, even from like, I know movies aren't a perfect representation, but like you can kind of get a sense from stories from your parents, watching movies and stuff like that. Watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a new movie by
I know. My parents grew up in that time around LA. I know,
dude,
bro. But you do realize
was
that
so different.
you do realize my dad in the 60s was sitting next to his radio listening to his draft number get called. So no, dude, it's a lot easier now.
I mean, because there's.
Because the real world was a lot more.
Look, I did a show on this a while back. I did a show on this about how life is definitely easier now than it was then. The difference is that we're unhealthier now.
It's not the metric you want to go by. You want to go by like what is fulfilling. Are people more fulfilled? Are people?
That's your responsibility.
Are more people bug people today that just sit on their phones and they're like, I mean, that's.
Why does it matter what other people do? It's about what you do with yourself. All those other people are irrelevant.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't say that they're more fulfilled.
Economically and culturally, people are being forced into this, right? Like
nobody's being forced. People choose it by their own hedonistic choices. No one's being forced. No one's going with a gun.
They're being forced into apartment complexes like this, dude.
Why do you have a victim mentality, dude? That's new.
I'm not.
That's new. Why do you do that? I mean, wait, are you a Democrat? Wait, do you vote for Democrats?
No, I'm farther to the right than all of everybody.
Okay, cool. So, look for a job in Alabama, Huntsville,
I'm
Alabama.
a monarchist. We're not farther right than me.
I am very far to the right, actually.
But I'm a monarchist, dude. I don't believe in democracy or rights, so I think I don't think you're barking up the wrong tree there, brother.
I don't believe in democracy either.
Yeah, I believe in monarchy, divine right of kings.
So does Hanson.
Sure.
I have two monarchists.
Remember, Psalms. God appoints the king, both king and priest. There's only one man on earth who is both king and priest, sir.
Yeah, but a monarch or a dictator would never let this country become what it has today. Never.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, but that's irrelevant.
And maintain it. And that's my argument, is that culturally, economically, America has. It's the whole idea of mega. It's like America.
But if you think about it, dude, we've spread our culture to every place in the world. So if it's a weak culture, everywhere else is reflecting us. So if we go down, everyone
hates America. The rest
no,
of the
but they might hate us, but they live exactly like we do.
Hang on. Glenn, no sniping from chat.
Masculinity. Hey, Glenn,
get up here.
Come up here with your little Harley Davidson, like 50-year-old fucking ass.
Get up here, Glenn. You can't snipe from chat.
He's Ruff. You got a good start, man.
Actually, I'm going to take this. Everybody, calm down a minute. Pardon me.
Well, I got to hop off real quick and eat real quick, but I'll try to be back later.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good combo. Ruff, I think you're a good dude. I just don't be so black-pilled, dude. If you're a young guy, you're in good shape, you got money, you should be living like F the world. I'm having a great time. I love my life. Don't be sitting there all.
I was in Boise and moving here. I just moved here. It's terrible. So it's like
I get you. Just dude. Like I said, it's all about what you perceive.
I would be depressed in Seattle too. Give me 1 second, guys. Look, everybody in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this, but RP Thor, who has been on the show before, he and I don't agree on a lot, but he's still a good dude. He had brain surgery again. They think they got they got it all this time, but he's suffered some damage. Glenn has been taking care of him and his wife to the detriment of his own career and activities. They've got a GoFundMe set up, and Josie has been streaming and giving. She has specific donations set for Glenn and RP Thor. If you guys could, do what you can for them. I don't have any of the links. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared. But I've got to shout out Josie here. I don't care what you think of her personally. Josie has stepped up in a big, big way. What she's doing is amazing, and everyone, all of you, should need to support her in this and helping these two guys out. Well, I mean, it's Thor, his wife, and then obviously Glenn as well. Glenn, if you're listening to this, brother, it's really tough to give up everything that you've got going on to go help somebody else who's not related to you, and I respect and admire you for that. I really appreciate you doing that. We'll talk later, I'm sure, but good on you, man. So if you guys can seek that out, and help Glenn, help Thor. They're good people. Thor's written books that some of you guys have read, and so he's a good dude. And if you can help, please do. Sorry for the distraction from the show. I saw Glenn, and it occurred to me that I had not given any of the shout outs for those guys before. And I have been very amiss, especially about Josie. I know that not everybody likes Josie. I know you guys think that she's, whatever, but heart of gold in this deal. And nobody's doing more right now for them than Josie is. So go find it, help them out. Brain cancer sucks, man. And he can't do anything about it. Now Glenn says it's like watching a 5-year-old, so it's a grown man looking after another grown man. So you guys help him out. Anyway, sorry, back to the fray. Apologize about that. I just saw Glenn. I wanted to give him that shout out. He's probably already left. He can't stay online very long because he's got to take care of those guys. But anyway, so you just moved to Seattle. I understand why you're depressed if you're in Seattle for any length of time.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm depressed. I'm good. I think you should not be naive to like the environment because you want to.
I'm not naive.
I think you are. You want to change the environment. You need to identify the issues, right? So.
Well, you also need to identify the levels in which you have control, and a person loses control of everything past their own face, right? So you only control you. And so all of this worry and consternation and angst that you have about the situation within which you find yourself is irrelevant.
I think that's a good mentality. Yeah. But it doesn't change the reality.
No, but the reality is irrelevant because you only impact what you do. So you can basically construct a life. And that's, I think, the point that Grib was getting at in his long-winded boomer way, which was
I'm
that
not a boomer, you dickhead. John Mosman, good to see you, sir. Good to see you.
Yeah, you write your own story, man, and there is opportunity for you, and you're an educated guy, and you can do a whole lot of stuff that you don't even know that you can do. You need to just get yourself an ugly little chick, marry her up, get some kids. She'll be loyal to you because she'll be grateful, and she'll do whatever the hell you want and support you and think you're great. And then there will be no limit to what you can do, man. Just get yourself a bad ugly chick.
Good.
Do you know who's sleeping with Anson's ex-wife? Do you know who's sleeping with Anson's ex-wife right now? Anson. I'm not even lying, bro. I'm not even lying. You think I'm lying? I'm not lying.
The exes are always the best. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But really, though, I'm not. It's not me. I just I'm a very observant person. So I observe. I just observing the environment.
Anson, are you atheist again?
Yeah, I am atheist again. I tried out orthodoxy last year. It just didn't fit. I don't know. I couldn't get the whole believing in God thing down.
So it's like a metronome.
Well, I only oscillated once in the past 20 years.
Okay, all right, sure, okay, all right. Yeah, man. Seattle, man. That's tough, man. I've heard it's a really tough place to even make friends because everybody's so closed off and have little groups and stuff.
Yeah. There's a saying, or there's a term called the Seattle chill. So everybody is very distant with each other.
Yeah.
But really, though, I don't want to get too controversial here, but it's
that's all right, man.
The type of people have changed in Seattle very drastically. So. I don't know if you know what the H-1B visa is. It was a hot topic of conversation recently with Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and sort of the alt-right, like Sam Hyde. I don't know. Do you know who Sam Hyde is?
Yep.
Have I spoken to Prometheus?
Boomer doesn't, though. But just in general, the people here have changed. And
I don't think I have.
When you change the groups of people, and it just is economic zone here. There's no actual community. So
yeah, if you're in Seattle, that's true, man. So I've lived in Tacoma, I've been to Seattle, and it was a sewer when I was there 20 years ago. So I can't imagine how bad it is now. You just need to get out of that place, man. Go to somewhere where there's some normal people. That's not a liberal hellscape, dude. I mean, you're punishing yourself. That's all. You're probably suffering with adjustment disorder from having to be around all that negative culture, dude. If you're from Idaho, Idaho's a relatively normal place, man. That's probably all it is.
Idaho's the widest country or state in the entire country.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
It's awesome. All right. Well, I didn't mean to come in so hot, Grid. So
dude, it's cool. I come in hot all the time.
Yeah, you came out at me. Well,
that's only because you came at me while I was trying to help somebody. And look, I have zero fucks to give, man. And by the way, I am what's the word? In my chat would be better at this than I am. I'm open to anybody. I'll talk to anybody about anything. There's only a few people that I don't like, and I've only ever banned one person from my channel. We can disagree all day long, dude. Matter of fact, I like it better when we disagree because now I can argue with you. But you're welcome to hang out. It's a cool channel. A lot of cool people out there. I think EOD wants to come up, maybe hang around. Maybe he, I don't know if he wants to chat with you or chat with me. I don't know who, but
yeah,
it's all good, man. It's all good. I do think that. I mean, dude, I got to be honest, man. Seattle, bro. I mean,
Seattle's the worst.
California is not bad,
California at least has the weather. At least it has the weather. But Seattle,
California, like I said, if you're in, if you get a chance to take a job down in the Bay Area, there you have Richmond Rod and Gun Club there. You can go shoot some stuff. You can go to, like, I used to drive from Hayward all the way to Reno to shoot a match there. I have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to make it, but I'd drive over Tahoe and into Reno. It's like a 3-4 hour drive. So it's like, the problem with Seattle is it's not near anything worth going to.
That is true. Yeah,
you can't just get in your car and be like 3 hours later you're somewhere you want to be, right?
Well, the whole West Coast is like that. The whole West Coast. The whole West Coast is like that. The East Coast, you drive 45 minutes, you're in an entirely different city.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, that's true. You should, I don't know what kind of software stuff you do, but if you get a chance to work in like Alabama, Atlanta, Alabama's hot right now, dude. Like Huntsville.
Yeah, man, lots of tech jobs. Come to Alabama. You're not a commie, so you're welcome.
Yeah, yeah. Alabama's actually really cool. I'm in the Nashville area. So.
Oh shit! Yeah, my biological dad just moved over there.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's a good area. I like it a lot. We're gonna have DebateCon here, I think, next in October. So,
how big is your network? Like, I know that you're like interesting. You've got interesting network connections. Like, you are connected to Pearly things, and you've got weird connections from what I've heard. I don't actually like.
Hey, what's up, Michelle? Good to see you. You should be up on the panel, Michelle. That's okay. It's all right. I know you've been busy. I have a lot of. Well, I mean. Look, dude, I was in racing for 30 years. I know heads of companies. I know a lot of marketing people. I know a lot of people that, that were racers, but their day job was like, have you ever heard of this brand Night Eyes that does like, or Grip Ties, something like that? Yeah, it's this guy, Daniel. He invented that shit. And he made a bunch of money off of it and decided to go racing. And he's just a cool dude. I used to know a lot of media people because I've been on TV and shit like that. What's up, EOD?
Hey, how's it going? How y'all doing?
Good.
Excellent. Well, good. Well, Ruff, I think it's very interesting that you come in here talking about masculinity and you got a baby face smooth as baby's bottom, and you're sitting there talking about
he probably shaves twice a day. EOD. He probably shaves twice a day.
Did you not see the gun show, man? That was an impressive display.
It's good thing Michelle wasn't here when that happened. Good thing.
Having guns is one thing, okay? I know a lot of butch ass lesbians that have guns. That doesn't make them men.
Damn, he went straight to lesbians, man. Damn, son. EOD, this is the first time you've been up on my show.
Yeah, it's true. It is the first time. How y'all doing?
Well, you know that I run it tight.
Can I guess his race? Wait, can I guess his race?
My race?
Yeah,
sure, go ahead.
He's black.
Nope, I'm not. I'm white as a fucking sheet of paper.
Does he not sound black to you guys?
He's like Northeastern, dude.
No, I'm not Northeastern.
How
dare you call me Northeastern? I swear. No, I'm from Kentucky, sir.
Are you
very
really?
Neutral accent. Yep.
Yeah, you've got a very neutral accent for Kentucky.
Yeah, a lot of people put their call centers in our biggest cities because of that.
Yeah. Okay.
He sounds like Urkel or something, like, black nerd to me. But
well, he's in a call center. He talks to people all day.
I don't talk to.
You must be in Western Kentucky
anymore. But that was.
I don't have Glenn Lawrence's picks, Arthur Dyer. I don't.
Anyway. There's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Ruff, you were saying that there's all these things wrong with society, that we pay too much for healthcare and that people are unhappy and unfulfilled. How would you address any of that? Like, particularly starting with healthcare costs. Like, what's your solution to that? Is it are you for Obamacare?
I'd use the military to get out every single illegal immigrant in this country and solve a vast amount of problems. It would. I mean, I don't know if you guys are following like what Doge is doing recently, but like
well, I love
essentially
Doge.
Like. Our taxpayer dollars are being used to facilitate our stuff against our own interests, right? Like we're using our taxpayer dollars to go to facilitate NGOs, and what these NGOs do is they facilitate mass illegal immigration,
Yeah.
And then they get in this country and
they perpetuate wars and they throw over military dictators all over the world. I know.
Yeah,
You're preaching to the choir, brother.
Yeah, you're on the right show, bro. But I'm an isolationist, dude. I think the worst possible thing that the United States has ever done was I mean, there were a lot of really interesting things, but the worst thing was to get involved in any of the desert wars in Afghanistan, Pakistan, all the stands, North Africa, Middle East, Mediterranean, all of it. We've spent 70 years, and God only knows how many dollars, and who knows how many American lives for nothing. We've gained nothing.
Do you disagree with war, though? Do you disagree with war, or do you actually?
No, I love war. I love war. War is great.
But then why do you not like those wars? Why do you not like those wars? Because we should only fight wars when we are threatened. Our country's never been threatened. What about for like power?
But before we move on though, who's been in the military? You been in the military, Ruff? I'm in the military.
You were in the military?
I was in the military. I was in the Air Force for 4 years.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I wanted to join right out of high school. It was like my entire plan, but I couldn't. Medical reason. So no.
So you'd have.
Actually, that's an interesting thing. So I was in military school, which is why everybody thinks I've been in the military. I went to a military school, and Colonel Spain had me all set, baby. And then I got a ruptured eardrum. I got hit closed fist in my ear, and the air pressure was enough to rupture my eardrum. Because of that, at that time, there was no job there was no combat job that I would be qualified for.
Because
so I would
vertigo.
have all been in support. And so I got very lucky because when I went to the recruiter station, they're promising me everything, bro. They're like, "Yeah, dude."
They always do. They blow.
You're gonna be the guy.
You're gonna be Rambo, dude. You're gonna be hanging off the side of the helicopter with a fucking machine gun, killing motherfuckers.
At that time, I was a military dude. Like I was pretty cool then. Not so much now. But
well, you're too old for it now, anyway.
I'm too old for it now, yeah. But literally, one of the recruiters took me aside and said, "Hey, don't sign these papers." He's like, "The only thing you're ever going to do is write a disc. That's it. You're never going to do anything
There's
cool."
There's other support jobs besides writing.
And I think it was only because Colonel Spain was there with me when I went in, because if he had not been there, I think that guy would have signed me. I would have been signed up, and I've been riding a desk and just hated my entire military career because of it. But
you're very interested in vehicles. You could have gotten into logistics or into meteorology or into medicine. There's a lot of things you can do other than fucking shoot motherfuckers in the face.
I want to press EOD a little bit because you came in with this. I'm in the military. Was anybody else here? What are you doing?
I was just curious because we were talking about military experience. You were saying what was your claim? You said that everybody should be in the military at some point. Yeah.
I agree with that. Yes, I entirely agree. Well, I mean, warfare is just so much different. I'm curious what you do in the military because my perspective of the military today is it's welfare. It's like half welfare for like losers to.
That's exactly how people thought about the military right before World War II.
Well, I mean,
I'm not making fun. I mean, that's serious. That's serious.
I don't see it as well.
It was a derogatory term. There used to be. So we used to keep a contingency of Marines in China, and they literally called them China Marines, and they were literally getting rid of Marines as they would age out, and they weren't replacing them right up until the war hit, and that was the only reason the Marines survived, to be honest. If it hadn't been for the declaration of World War II, they would have eventually been drawn down to the point where there was like 200 or 300 of them, and they would have been folded into the army. But because World War II happened, they just kept more and more Marines. And the Marines mostly saw fighting in the Pacific.
Oh yeah, for
They
sure.
were already there.
Iwo Jima and
they were already
Japan
in
was
China.
a whole lot more of the warfare.
I didn't mean to generalize though. I don't think like everybody who
Yeah, I got you, man. It's these little nuggets of history just bubble to the top.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Another thing is, Grid, you said that you like war. You're all pro-war. The people who've been to war do not fucking appreciate it at all.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't hate war.
The special forces soldiers, the real warriors, they love fucking war. Sure.
Have you read Matt Best's book?
They just don't know what else to do with their lives, man, and they're sort of addicted to it. I don't think they love it, right?
That's the real warrior mentality, man.
That is the Rambo fucking caricature that you get out of a comic book of a warrior.
No, yeah, hold on. Give me a minute here. So, Ruff, have you read "Thank You for My Service" by Matt Best? You've got to read it, dude. You're gonna love it. I promise you, you're gonna love it. It's Matt Best, MattBest, Matt Best. Thank You for My Service. That's the name of the book.
Yeah, well, when you got 12 of your buddies with you in your garden of prison, and you're going outside the wire 3 times a day, and you don't know if one of those convoys is going to get hit with an IED or not, you're not fucking loving it, dude. I'm telling you that right now.
Right. But here's the thing:
you got mortar attacks coming in every fucking day.
That's
You don't have any fucking running water. It's not great. It's not fun.
Have you seen the Ukraine drones, like the warfare that like is going on in Ukraine with drones? The new warfare is like all drone.
Yeah, people trying to hide in fucking foxholes, and his fucking little helicopter comes down and drops a grenade on their fucking head. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. That's disgusting.
All right, so here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I have no problem with going to war with somebody. I have no problem with. I mean, honestly, I just don't.
What if it's your son on the line?
Downsides.
What if it's your son that has to go?
Yeah, it'll be fine. He'll do great. My son's going to go to West Point. It's a bad argument to make with me, but so
you're not going to worry when he goes to the fucking sandbox.
Well, I don't want him to go outside the country. I don't have a problem with defending my neighborhood. I don't want to go defend somebody else's neighborhood. Do you understand? This is what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with war. If we need to go kick somebody's ass, great. If it's the idea is that we might die doing it. Okay, sure, that could happen. Things happen. We're all going to die. I'm going to be dirt one day. Trust me, it's going to happen. I can't get around that. It's only how I live my life today, tomorrow, and the day after that matters at all, and how I've lived it so far. So I would much rather, be known for being okay with, this is what I've done today, than always wondering. So, at any rate, my problem with warfare as it stands right now is exactly that we're fighting political wars for other countries, and that's a serious problem for me. We're also using taxpayer dollars to prop up economies in Germany, France, Spain, the entire EU, and Britain. Why do we give Great Britain money every year? Why?
What if I told you that what you just described is exactly the motivation behind every war we've ever been in since World War I?
That's not true at all. I mean,
that is not true.
Yes, it is. It is 100% true. In World War I, we were interested in stabilizing Europe. In World War II, we were interested in stabilizing Europe. But then
no. In World War II, we were going to stay out of the war. The entire public sentiment.
We had that huge false flag with Pearl Harbor, dude. They let the Japanese through to attack Pearl Harbor.
Hold on.
They fucking let it happen.
You know who did that? Roosevelt precipitated the attack on Pearl Harbor.
But carry on after that. 1950, we go into Korea just after World War II. What were we doing?
Again, that was a political war. That was a political war. We had no business being there. Name one war after World War II where we literally conquered the world. We owned the world and we gave it back to them, which was a bad deal for us. But after that, name a war or police action we've been involved in that was successful and beneficial to the United States of America. Name one. I dare you.
Well, you're making my argument for me, okay? The wars are pointless, and we do it all the time, and we always do it for the same reason over and over again. And somebody else's defense at our expense.
Right, exactly. I'm okay with war to protect our land. If the Mexicans or the Canadians suddenly grew a pair of balls and drove across the border, yes, kick their asses. That's great. That protects our land, our property, our interest.
But okay, let me take a middle position here where it's, or actually a farther position than Grid, where it's that you don't just protect your literal country, you protect your interests, right? Like Ukraine is an example. It's like if we just let Russia roll over Ukraine and let Russia and China roll over the rest of the world, that would be terrible for the United States. The United States.
That is a globalist position. That is not terrible for the United States. It's terrible for Ukraine, and it doesn't really affect the United States because Ukraine is a corrupt fucking breadbasket and a money laundering scheme in the guise of a government.
Not a globalist.
Anson Knowles, can you read this from Smoking Spaceman? This is great.
Yeah, I'll read it. So we pay tax to the crown still, Grid. How are we still not subject to the crown if we send the UK money and pay the lion's share of NATO cost? I love that pun, the lion's share. That's awesome.
That is great.
that is rich. And I agree. We don't need to be, supporting Europe. They're a bunch of degens worse than us. We should be supporting Russia, China, and Iran. They're base.
Oh my God. No, what?
So wait, hold on. I disagree with Anson on that, but he's a monarchist. He's got weird ideas. So here, I 100% have a problem with sending our tax dollars to support other countries if they're not going to pay us back, and if they're not going to pay us back like immediately, right? Like it's literally like me. I don't know Ruff from the guy walking down the street, and I just say, here, have $100,000, pay me back when you get a chance. He's never going to pay me back, right? Like he's just not gonna. And it's and he's gonna be like, yeah, cool, thanks, got an extra $100,000. If I come up the next year and be like, hey man, how you doing? I'm not doing so good. I can't pay you back. Got another $100,000? I'd be like, fuck, sure, why not? Here's another $100,000. That's the United States in a nutshell. We just keep giving them money, and because we give them money, they can do stupid shit like import a bunch of people into their countries that take over their local and I guess not national governments, right? They're taking. Oh, there we go. Finally got Glenn Lawrence in the house.
I'm gonna drop off, Greg, because I know you only like 4 on here, man.
No, we're okay with 5 if you want to stay. If you don't, that's cool too.
I'll stick around. Yeah.
Okay. But we don't. The only reason they have public health care is because they don't have to pay for their military. None of them can protect their shipping. None of them. But they all ship shit out all over the world under the protective layer of security that we provide, the American taxpayer. Ruff over there complaining that it's so hard to live today. The reason that he believes that, the reason that he can say that with a straight face is because a massive amount of his income, whether he wants to know it, realizes it or not, goes to fund Europe and every damn where else in the world.
It's not military. I agree with military spending. See, I'm not a left wing.
Yeah, no, I agree with military spending for us. I don't agree with, and I agree with selling. Like, look, I love the Polish right now. I love them. They've been buying fucking everything. They've bought Patriots. They've bought Javelins. They've bought all kinds of tanks,
F-35s,
F-16s, F-35s, and they're paying cash, baby. Paying cash.
Armored vehicles.
I love those guys. They've also been buying missiles from the Koreans. They've been buying shit from everybody because you know what? They are like, everybody thinks Ukraine is the last line of defense against Russia. No, Poland is the last line of defense against Russia. And who gives a shit about Ukraine? As far as I'm concerned, Ukraine can literally become part of Russia tomorrow. It won't bother me at all. They won't even notice. They all speak the same language. It doesn't make a fuck. Poland is armed to the teeth, and they are fucking ready for it.
And their attitude is very what do you say? Optimistic towards war as well. Yeah.
Yeah, they are very they're not beating a drum, but they're not far from it.
Right.
Anyway, so I've enough of my sermon. Welcome to the show, Mr. Lawrence. How are you, sir? I just gave a shout out to you guys, and I'm hoping Thor as well.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Mic check.
Yeah, you're good, man. Sound great.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, let's just say it's not easy. You know, he has a terminal cancer, so like it's trying to defy odds. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to be that anomaly, and you know he's putting in the work to get it done.
Dude, I saw that video you posted, man. He does. I mean, he looks like he has just been through it, dude.
Yeah, no, it's been rough.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'll pray for him.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's
But
so you guys don't know. For those of you who don't know, RP Thor is Red Pill Thor. He, like, if you could imagine like a dude that is just cut, right? Like cut
in his 60s.
Greek god cut. Yeah, in his 60s.
Like RFK cut, huh?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, like fucking Aries God of War cut, right? Like, I'm just telling you. And now, man, the change over just a couple of months, man, it's incredible. It's
been a year.
A year?
Yeah, because it started last January is when he got diagnosed. He had the
but
first
he was
surgery.
working out a little bit, wasn't he? He wasn't as bad right now.
It wasn't as bad as he is now. But as soon as he got diagnosed, he stopped all the training and stuff because everything was just like equilibrium, his balance, his speech, everything was all suffering from it. So
yeah. And Josie, what a trooper Josie has been for you guys, man.
Oh, I mean, Josie's been a sweetheart. Definitely coming through and supporting me and supporting Thor and getting the message out there.
Yeah.
I put together. She did a video on her stream, and I was like, "Let me help her out with this." So I just clipped it and I sent it back to her. I'm like, "Here you go."
Yeah. So, Ruff, you don't know. RP Thor is Red Pill Thor. He is actually Red Pill, whereas Glenn is not. Glenn's Red Pill adjacent, but they're like, not brothers exactly, but close.
More like it's like a father son, uncle nephew kind of relationship.
Yeah. That's a better fit for it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry to hear about the brain cancer. It's got to be like one of the worst ones you can get. Damn.
Yeah. Thor's book, Dominant Masculine Presence, is actually pretty good. I don't know if you've read it. It may or may not help a young man such as yourself. So,
all I know Glenn from is I think he has something to do with the Thorpes, and then he was on 30 versus like one something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Destiny.
Oh, was it Destiny? He was. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on a few of them. A few Jubilee. Also, my book is out now too, though.
I saw that. I was going to let you promote that, bro.
Yeah, the essential skill of a dominant masculine presence is out.
So would that be Joe Biden or?
That's funny. That's funny. I love that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here all night.
That's right.
Did you use AI to help you write the book? Not to I'm sure that's what most writers are doing now. Not to slander you. That wasn't a slight. Did you use AI or ChatGPT to help you write the book?
No.
All right. I would.
It took me. I've been writing this book since June of last year.
Nice. Well, I mean, AI's been out since then. That's what all college students. If college student has a paper they got to write, they just ask AI.
That's dumb, man. AI isn't any good. They just do milquetoast stuff. There's no personality to it.
Yeah. AI is getting better, but it's still rough, man. It's rough.
It's getting better, though.
It is getting better. I'll give it that.
I tried using it to write jokes, and it has the dumbest jokes that it generates. And no matter how many times I tell that thing to make savage roast jokes, it just sucks at it. And it's like, I don't want to hurt their feelings. It would be insensitive.
Dude, you
what the hell?
You gotta try freaking Grok in unhinged mode, man. That shit is
hilarious. That's what I'm talking about. Grok in unhinged mode is still a pussy. So
you guys are out there.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say. I'm not sure how savage
What
we can
kind of
really get on
software do
YouTube
you
here.
do, Ruff? What kind of software do you do?
I don't want to. It's like defense industry type stuff.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't want to get
That's
too
cool.
specific.
No, you don't have to be. You don't have to be.
Glenn threw some shots. He was you said something to me, Glenn. What'd you say? You were
If you don't remember, I don't know how I could help you. And
well, I don't have every chat in my memory. What
how do you know they were shots? If you don't remember, were they shots or were they
What'd
just
you say? Well,
accurate?
let's figure it out. What'd you say?
I don't remember.
You threw shots.
He's fucking stoned, yo. He's smoking the reefer over there.
Ooh.
No.
Everybody likes to throw shots.
You guys keep.
No, I mean, what shots did I say?
I think you said something about soy boy and.
I don't think I called you a soy boy. That's for sure.
Oh, you said baby face.
I didn't. Well, I would definitely not call you baby face. I'm sorry. That'll be a little too humble.
I'm the one who said that. I'm the one taking shots, Ruff. I'm trying to actually get us to have like a little bit of a disagreement or a little bit of a show here. Like it's been incredibly boring so far. I'm trying to help out.
Well, you want a disagreement? I excel at being disagreeable.
I did that. You sound very like you lack masculinity.
You think
yeah,
I lack
I did
masculinity?
say that. That's not a shot. That's just an opinion.
Well, what? Okay. Well, tell me why. Why?
What are you complaining about? You're saying life is harder now than it was then, right? Like that to me is very non-masculine.
No, I didn't.
And it's not true either.
I didn't. Well, let me correct you just since you said that, and then I'll let you.
I don't think we had Arthur Daya up early enough, so she's wandered off. She didn't get.
But I didn't.
You can get her.
I didn't say life is hard. I said economically the situation.
See if the TTS triggers, guys. Stand by.
Mr. Bully in the Department of Numismatics donated $10 super chat. This super chat is sponsored by Tactical Soap from Grondike
Now
Soap
see, there's
Company.
a man with a fucking
Mr.
beard.
Bully
That's a
praises
beard
Glenn's
right there.
fellowship and his
Holy
continued
shit.
support.
Somebody
of
said.
help.
Somebody said disagreeable. Somebody said disagreeable. So
that was me.
I'm gonna reread this, guys. You guys were talking over my super chat.
I wasn't saying shit.
Shut up. $10 from Mr. Boulay in the Department of Numismatics. This super chat is sponsored by Tactical Soap from Grondike Soap Company. Mr. Boulay praises Glenn's fellowship and his continued support of Brother Thor. Help out if you are able to. Thank you very much, Mr. Boulay, for that $10. It's weird that that triggered and the earlier ones didn't. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with the TTS system. Sorry about that. Welcome, Clover Tack. I have an announcement that I'm going to make. Clover Tack, do you know who Kita Busse, whatever her name is? Is?
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
180-degree firearm training. She will be our guest next Thursday night along with Steve Anderson, her training partner, and possibly her daughter. Not 100% sure on the daughter part yet, but we're going to work on that. But definitely, Kita will be on next Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. It's going to be awesome. Kita is a really amazing human being and has a great story. And they're going to talk about all kinds of cool gun stuff, mostly movement based, because that's what she trains, is movement.
Well, there'll be a whole fucking 4 people in that chat then, probably.
No, it's gonna be awesome because she's, wait till hang on. Let me see if I got the. You guys keep chatting. I got to see if I've got the.
Yeah. So, Glenn, I have one question for you. Can you turn on your webcam and give Arthur Daya the gun show, because she's really desperate to see your rippling muscles. She's gotten excited by Ruff, and she's begging for it in the chat, man.
Well, Arthur Daya has my number, so she knows how to get a hold of me.
All right, very good. Arthur Daya, hook him up.
Well, Glenn, since you called me masculine, I hate to go after a guy.
I didn't call you masculine.
You called me
I said you lack,
not masculine.
I said it sounded like you lack masculinity.
Sure, exactly. And I hate to attack a guy whose pseudo father has brain cancer right now, but I would say you're not masculine, dude.
Okay.
I would say you're not masculine. One, you let destiny.
Hey, guess what?
You
One. Let me tell you. I can save you. This. It doesn't fucking matter to me what you think.
Well, it doesn't matter to me what you have.
Okay,
to
but it
think
obviously did because you feel the need to respond.
Because this is a panel, right? That's what the fuck these YouTube things do.
You don't have to respond.
Attacks.
You don't have to.
But anyhow, I think you're a little LARPing bitch, and especially now since you're being even more of a bitch now instead of just.
And I guarantee you that you would never say what you're saying now if you were in present with me.
Oh, trust me, I would, dude. You
wouldn't. You would be begging. You would be begging. No. Yeah, you think your little fucking little arms? You think your little arms would do something?
My little arms?
Your little arms.
Everybody at the gym is mesmerized
have
by
you ever
my
done anything with them?
appearance.
Have you done anything?
I am a god, dude.
You're not a god. You're a god.
I am a god. Okay.
No.
Hey,
you are the.
Hey, Anson.
Sir.
Yeah.
Anson.
Defeated.
Yeah.
Got defeated by
over there and whoop your ass just so it doesn't
Do
feel so.
you have a?
That's just how bad it is.
You happen to have a tape measure, Anson? By any chance?
Yeah, I got a tape measure, man.
Let's fucking get this over with so these pussies can get off the stage.
Yeah.
All they gonna do is argue. Holy shit! Who's the more of a man? Well, shit, just break out the tape measure and get it over with, guys. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Neither one of you got a hair on your fucking face, so shut the hell up.
Right. I hear that. I hear that.
Hey, show me your tummy.
All right.
This is going to Wes Watson. Going to Wes Watson. That's crazy. All right, so let's see. Yeah, all right.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I don't know. You were like, let's see. There we go.
There we go. So that's Keita.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Steve Anderson. They'll be on the show next Thursday.
But that's one woman and one man, right? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that's a dude.
Yeah, he's got the Ellen DeGeneres haircut there.
You can't never.
Yeah, I know, right?
Days, man.
I know, right?
So why are you having a mid chick on here next Thursday? Who is she?
That is Keita. I don't know how you say her name. Boosie, something like that. Yeah. She's 180. She does firearms training, mostly movement based.
Helping hounds, yes.
Yeah.
John Smith, I don't know why they were doing duck faces. It was something at the SHOT Show, I'm sure, that was like some really weird thing.
Was it? Bring it back up again.
It looked like a lesbian and her girlfriend to me. That's what I was thinking when I first looked at it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Steve Anderson,
but you know what? That guy's arm is a little bit thicker than a woman's, so I should have paid more attention. It's like some kind of weird Instagram filter. It looks like they're both wearing makeup.
That's either SHOT Show or it could be in the NRA show.
I think that's the law enforcement. It's probably SHOT because of the Geisley. I'm looking at the Geisley badges. And then also, they usually hand those out at SHOT. And then the wall there looks like the law enforcement area.
Yeah, that's
what
probably
you look like
right.
in the background. You look like you've got some like riot gear, a poster of like some riot gear.
Yeah.
Too, so that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but so yeah, she'll be on. It'll be pretty interesting. Oh, Arthur Dye is still here. $1.99 from Arthur Dye. By the way, this is Arthur Dye's first super chat, ladies and gentlemen. First one. Just turn loose of $1.99.
Nice.
Show this flexing twink, Glenn's competition pick. I don't have Glenn. Why would I have pictures of Glenn in competition?
We have Glenn right in front of us. We don't need
why would I
any more pictures. Let's see the gun show, Glenn. We got you up on video. Let's do it, boy.
It's against YouTube policy. You can't do that.
That beard is illegal in 9 states.
Glenn, so rough. Remember when I was telling you before about how you need to focus on controlling you because you're like that's the most important thing and not focusing outwardly, right? When you're trying to test Glenn, like he's more of a stoic, which is what I was trying to explain to you, right? Like the more you taunt him, the less he's going to give a crap about trying to prove himself because he's a man.
Angry Casper's in the house? Wait, what?
Man, let's go over this. Let's go and let's analyze this. Let's go into depth.
I wanted to ask.
Hold on.
Why are we
Angry Casper is in the house?
Why
seriously?
I don't get it. I think Glenn could be transgender.
What's up, Chief Wahoo?
That's the crazy.
Right.
Now you're just trolling, dude. That's me level troll, man. Come on now.
God.
Walter Matthau.
I'm just saying.
What's up, Chief Wahoo? I see you out there, buddy. Glenn was a competitive bodybuilder. He's in retirement. He's in retirement.
Emphasize.
Actually, I'm actually competing this fall.
Are you really? I didn't know that. I thought you were retired. I thought you'd hurt your. You got blood clots.
That's the whole reason why I'm coming out of retirement, because I wanted to do it. See, I did it when it was easy for me when I was younger. I needed a new challenge. So can I do it dealing with the
and not die?
Exactly.
I mean, hey man,
death is
okay.
Death is a good challenge.
All right,
it's true.
It's the last.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. You almost died earlier this year.
No, that was last year. Don't be bringing up last year shit to this year.
It was.
Yeah, don't be talking about almost dying. Glenn and I neither one want to hear that shit.
Oh yeah, you almost did too.
I know. Like,
neither of us. What's wrong with you, dudes?
Nope. Old age.
Yeah, let's start a Deadpool. That's a good idea.
No.
Oh.
Man,
well, he is wearing red, so he's part of the way there already.
Gosh, puppy.
Okay. How are you going to not have blood clots, Glenn?
No, I'm on a lot of blood thinners.
Yeah, you have anticoagulants.
Wait, can I actually ask about that? Was your hemoglobin
and you do a lot of exercise, make sure your heart pumps.
Hold on, I can't hear Ruff. I'm sorry, I turned down my volume. But what was that?
I just wanted to know, like, about that. Did you have high hemoglobin? Were you not donating blood? Because I'm assuming you're on testosterone, which jacks up your hemoglobin, thickens your blood.
So you do a lot of assuming, but no, I actually was involved in a car accident that caused me to have blood clots.
Are you not on TRT?
No, I am on TRT. I'm also on Tren and a bunch of other good stuff, but you do a lot of assuming. That's not where my blood clots came from, though. My blood clots came from an accident. Because I know how to donate blood every 2 months. I've been doing this a lot longer than you probably been born, kid.
I was asking a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were telling me
answering the question.
You were telling me that, Glenn, when we were talking about my issues and stuff like 2 years ago. You were telling
that's
me
crazy. I didn't even realize you had to donate blood to try to keep your hemoglobin down.
Yeah, because your blood, the red blood cells get really thick, and that's what testosterone produces. It helps. It stimulates growth of the red blood cells.
Yeah, sure. You probably
learn something new every 10 minutes.
So that's why a lot of bodybuilders would be on like an aspirin regimen to try to keep their blood thin, or they'll do like an ECA, which is like ephedrine, aspirin, and caffeine. Like, so they'll get Sudafed, and they'll do that. That's like the broke man's cutting. Broke bodybuilders like cutting supplement.
Well, aspirin doesn't thin. It doesn't thin your blood. It prevents platelet aggregation, which helps with clotting and shit.
Yeah, but
yeah,
like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was you asked me what I did in the Air Force. I was in the Air Force Medical Service. I was a lab tech. I used to do blood work and shit.
Too.
Was you?
Yes.
It's interesting. What's
yours, brother?
Is that? Well, I know that Glenn was in a couple of accidents last year. One in a car, one on his motorcycle, and that's why he had blood clotting issues. Yep. He had a.
Is that because you had to have a transfusion?
No, it's because I had they did a meniscus. They were going to do a repair, but they they were going to do a removal, but they did a repair. So I had surgery that caused it.
After die, you're totally off base there. No. I respect.
Is she calling you gay? Because she's probably right.
I don't want to be Glenn. Glenn, how did you crash your bike?
I got hit by somebody doing an illegal U-turn.
Okay, damn, that's fucked. I ride too. What do
That's
you ride?
nice.
Harleys?
Anything with wheels. But yeah. My main thing's the Harley right now.
Nice. I like a Harley. If I was gonna drive a bike, it'd be a Harley.
Yeah, I can't get into Harleys. It's like riding a sofa down the street, man. I just can't get into it.
You take it across the country and it's comfortable.
I know you could, but I can't get into Gold Wings for the same. I can't get into Gold Wings or the BMW Tours or any of that. The same reason.
You're thinking of like those cross countries, like those like
a Softail, yeah.
Yeah, like a Softail. I mean, I got a Lowrider S. You know, that one's that's pretty. It's not comfortable riding long distance. Let me tell you that. Not after all the mods I put on it. So,
I guess, man. I don't know. I just my brother's is literally it might as well just be like a Gold Wing or one of the BMW Sport Tours or something. Like this thing's like riding a couch down the street.
So you're more like a Gixxer kind of guy, or like a Rice Rocket, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I bounce back and forth between new and old bikes. I was a big cafe bike guy. I like the really stripped down.
I like cafe bikes. Me and Bjorn were gonna build a bike if I was gonna be out there at the end of this month, but
is he in Virginia or somewhere like that?
Yeah, he's in Virginia.
Yeah,
I was gonna be in Florida, Delaware, Virginia. I was gonna be all over the East Coast next month, but
$5 comes in from ZT Den at Glenn. When you're living out a purpose greater than you could ever perceive, this normal life shit is hard to swallow. You're doing great, man. You know, I agree with. I mean, you know, honestly, you're doing a good thing with Thor, and you know, a lot of people wouldn't do that, to be honest. You know, a lot of people would not give up their daily life to go out and take care of somebody else.
I'm grateful that I'm in the position that I could do that.
Yeah,
that's really how do we say, noble of you, man. It's very kind, very Christian. Good looking out.
Yeah, I'm just doing what everybody else would do, you know, or at least I like to think people would do.
You know, it's interesting you say that because I've had this conversation with people over the years where I only have like I know a lot of people, but I only have like 2 or 3 friends. And I literally define that as somebody that I would, if they called me, I would get up from whatever I'm doing, be like, I got to go help somebody, and I would just fucking go do it. Yeah. I've got a buddy of mine in Colorado like that. I was once he called me once and said, man, I got to go help my uncle. I don't know where to put my dog. I don't know what to do with my dog. I can't take the dog with me. No, there's nobody that can take care of the dog. Can you come over and take care of the dog for me? And I knew that he was kind of freaking out because he didn't realize that he's in Colorado and I was in California. But I would have driven from California to Colorado to take care of that dog. And I was ready to. And you know, I've got a couple other friends like that if they said, hey, I mean, I need something. I mean, no questions asked, no money needed, none of that. I would help them out. And I think that men, especially, we have people like that in our lives, right? Where we would just drop everything in our life at that moment to go help that person.
And it's not even people we see or talk to regularly.
You're right. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It is interesting.
Ruff, you said you're in Seattle, right?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I currently live in Seattle, and then I live part-time in Boise. I've also lived in
Seattle. Like, are you like near Capitol Hill?
Wait, are you from Seattle?
No, I didn't say that. I just asked you a question.
I mean, I'm just curious about your.
Let me interrupt you guys from sword fighting for a minute. IPA lot. What? Yeah, I am that grid one. Do you need something? Can I help you in some small way?
I was about to ask you that. He's in my chat too. That's my buddy IPLI. He's a Asian guy. He's a BMW car dealership manager guy.
Oh, okay.
Y'all could probably talk for hours about cars.
Yeah.
So good. I'm a big motorsport fan. I'm really into.
He's in your chat too. Okay, cool. Yeah, I am that guy. I've only raced BMWs one season. Mostly I was with Porsche for a long time. and then Mazda. So, I mean, we did the C5R program.
We got a buddy of ours named Because Race Car, and he's an SCCA. He races a Gen 1 RX, or maybe it's a Gen 2 RX-7. It's an old one.
I have technically I have 4 third generation RX-7, the FD 3S.
Yeah, no shit. The fucking Winkle motor, right? He's always talking about the damn Dorito.
Yeah, let me not that I don't want to get back to the sword fighting, but give me one second.
No, it's terribly interesting.
Yeah, I know that everybody here is very very interested in that. But I've got a good picture of my car back when I built it a few years ago. I'll throw that up. Give me just.
I got another guy in my chat who's a big Harley guy, so he's sort of spurring over your story of your bike there, Glenn. He's interested in what you do to customize it and shit.
Yeah. Take it to Vegas.
Drop it off.
Take it to Vegas. Drop it off and have the homies do it.
Nice.
The homies.
Yep. So because California, you can't get past. I think you can't take it past stage 1 anymore. And so now
$10 again.
Mr. Boulay in the Department of Numismatics donated $10 super chat. Glenn suffered from a severe accident while visiting the Tactical Soap Factory, a Klondike soap company, in Soap Lake, Washington, a real city. The event really cleaned up his act.
Have you lived there?
I used to own a barbershop in Capitol Hill.
Okay.
I'm not from there. I lived there, but I'm not from there.
I'm not even, I'm not like downtown Seattle, like Capitol Hill. I'm like outside of Seattle. But
like
it's
Kirkland?
crazy. It's like north of Kirkland. It's
like where the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone was?
Okay. Yeah.
The autonomous. Did he just go with the autonomous zone?
That's it. That was Chaz, man. That's what Chaz was. The Capitol Hill Autonomous.
I know.
It was crazy.
Sports brand. I would love a Scout, but like the original Scout, not like the newer Scouts. I'm not a big fan of the newer Scouts, but I love the original Scout body.
Thank you for that super chat, Mr. Boulay. For those of you guys that are on the panel, you can't hear it because you're not on YouTube. It's only in the you only hear the noise on YouTube. So sorry, you have to read it yourself. So I've got. So is your IPA buddy in the
you should be
chat? I will share my. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah.
I'm gonna head out, but I honestly don't mean to.
Oh man, that is fucking epic.
That's a cool car.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the Rocket Bunny.
You gotta be kidding.
I built that.
You can't fit that thing in a parking spot, can you? That thing's huge.
I mean, you can, but it's wide for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So
that is cool.
I hope your buddy is out there in the chat. Can see it.
You seeing this IP a lot? Oh, there's Race Car. He says, "Ew, the Rocket Bunny kit." He said he don't like it. I think it's cool. I think it looks cool.
It is actually really cool. So the story behind this is that I ended up we had a part-time sponsor, well, not part-time, but a contingency sponsor, and basically they only paid us if we won, and we found out they didn't even pay us cash. They only paid in like store credit, and we won, and I ended up like $4,000 in store credit with these guys, and I was like, I don't really need anything from you, and then this came available, and I'm like,
just the kit or the car? Just
a kit, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'll just give me the kit, and so they sent me I had the third one in the country.
Nice.
And then I was the first vintage red one to be done, and those are the Rocket Bunny wheels.
I like those wheels.
Designed by
cool.
TRA Kyoto. So yeah,
what is it? Cool. Race Car says the fenders are okay, but the front bumper ruins it. I tend to agree. There's too many holes in it.
Race Car dude is obviously not cool.
I like the fenders too. I like the curves it gives the car. It's nice.
I like the whole car. And it's a really cool car to drive.
Yeah.
But it tries to kill you in the wet. I I'm just going to tell you right now.
It's a rear-wheel drive.
If it's raining at all, that car it's absolutely evil and tries to kill you. So
okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool car. Lighter is faster, and it's very light. It just floats on the highway. Like it's got too much power and too much tire, and in the rain, it just wants to spin like a top. Imagine. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
Race car says FC's peak rotary.
FC?
FC.
FC? Well, he's an idiot. You know, I'm powering my airplane with a rotary motor.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is it like an airplane where the
pistons
are in a
hang
circle?
on.
A circular motor.
Pictures.
That's what I'm thinking
Stand by. I got the standby.
You have a freaking airplane too? Are you kidding me?
I've got multiple airplanes actually.
Holy shit.
I'm
gonna head out, but no hates towards Gritter Glenn.
Yeah, you turned out to be relatively cool, man. I mean, I'm not angry with you at all, man. And I really didn't. I mean, the only thing is that I was trying to help somebody, and you're being a dick, which you know.
But you were helping Grace in her bra. I just want to point that out here before I leave.
What is with her, dude? That was just dumb. Like, what is
happened to be helping her out when she's in her bra? I don't know.
What in the world was she doing?
Yeah,
I literally asked, did you not see in the chat where I was like, "Is it laundry day?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And I think she's in a church when she's doing that. I think her studio is in a church. I think she has permission to use it. So it's pretty stupid. It's pretty stupid.
The Thorpes are interesting people.
Indeed, I'll go with that.
Yeah, that's all
right. There's my airplane.
All right, so you guys.
Nice.
There's one of my airplanes anyway. That's the one getting the rotary motor.
Yeah, it's got like a prop in the back, huh?
Yeah, it's a Canard.
Interesting.
Oh, dude dropped off. Oh well.
Hey,
What's up, Uncle Fatty?
He said he was.
You know, we actually won, Uncle Fatty. We ran the Viper Comp Coupes with Tommy Archer. We won at least 1 year, maybe 2 years in a row with those cars. Yeah, I got a picture of that too. Those were cool. I don't know. That was a pretty cool time.
That's cool shit, man. I wish I had ever experienced racing like that. You know, the only thing I've ever done is go out to like a family go-kart track and beat my brother and my dad around. But.
Yeah, well, look, the thing is, and that's what I was telling him earlier, is that there are a lot of opportunities to do cool stuff like that, but the reality is it sucks. You know, you have to give up a lot. You have to be willing to just not have the life that other people have, and just be okay with that, right? And this is now this picture is dated, so you can see when it was when I took it from way back, whenever. Here's the Comp Coupe.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's one of them. We had 3. Tommy Archer's so the cars were all painted that same blue, but where it's white, Tommy's car was yellow and Tim's car was red.
And that's an RX-7?
No, that's a Viper Comp Coupe.
Oh fuck, dude! Yeah, that's way.
Yeah, that's a factory built race car built by, I believe that year Penske was building them. It could have been Roush. I forget who was building them for Dodge, but you ordered it like that.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a GT2 car, right?
Yeah, GT2 in World Challenge it was GT1.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. It was GT1. Man. Yeah.
Did you guys ever win any races?
Yeah, we won the championship like at least 1 year, maybe 2 years. We won so much they made slot cars out of our car.
Nice.
Like I have one somewhere. I don't know where it is, but
that's super cool.
It's different, man. It's different. And a lot of people. It's interesting because a lot of people think I'm just like making shit up. But no, I really did it, man. But again, it kind of sucks, man. Like people just don't, it's fun. At the same time, it's kind of not fun. But I did the C5R Corvette. I did. I've done. We did the GT3. Matter of fact, I've got a picture of that here. I'll just throw that up.
Dude, I love the C5. The C5 is my favorite freaking GT car of all time.
Yeah,
it's a legend.
Yeah, we did the C5Rs, which were there's one of the Porsches. Now that was that's all paint, by the way. On when I put these cars up here, they're not. That's not a wrap. That's not decals. That's all paint.
No shit, that's a pain in the ass to get all that done.
That's at the Denver Grand Prix. I believe that was at the last Denver Grand Prix, actually.
So. It looks like it might have been early 2000s.
2005.
No shit.
I've been doing this a long time. So
that's cool shit, man. You see, 24 hours or 12 hours of Sebring is coming up this weekend. I'm excited to watch that. That should be fun.
A Skyline in black. I hate Skylines, man. Why you want such a heavy car? My buddies at Brass Monkey Racing tried to run the Skyline GTR, and Nissan actually gave them the cars and gave them a bunch of money, and they tried, and they tried, and they tried to make that car work, and it just would not work. It just wouldn't.
Too many Fandango
somebody else
gizmos.
ended up with them. What's that?
I said too many Fandango gizmos on it.
Yeah, it was that, and then the electronics were a problem. The fact it was all-wheel drive was a problem because it wasn't really set up for road racing. We're slicks, we're running on slicks, so it was a street car. Basically, they never built an actual race car Skyline, or an R35. So they had never built one, and so it sucked. And it took a long time before they got it sorted out. And by that time, Brass Monkey went back to running Porsches. That's Tony Rivera's car, and he ended up winning a lot in the Porsche. He's a really good driver, but anyway.
The Porsches are legendary too, man. I mean, they do that whole Carrera Cup. And
I did a lot with Porsche over the years. Matter of fact, that is my favorite car is Porsche.
It's crazy. It's crazy how they took a rear-engine, rear-wheel drive car and just absolutely fucking perfected it, and they refused to change.
Well, so the thing is that I like Porsche a lot better than Ferrari. I mean, I like Ferraris, but the Ferraris are they're weird. They have a lot of problems. But
I don't know, man. I love the Ferrari.
Porsches are just so purposeful, especially the older ones were just so raw, and they were so light compared to everything else.
Sure, the fucking whale tail was a legend. That's for sure.
Yeah, I did 935 stuff. I did a lot of 935s. There's one point in time back in like 97, 98, somewhere along there, I was the youngest person in the country that could tune the mechanical fuel injection. Actually I could remove it, service it, replace it, and then set it back up and calibrate it and tune it in. I was the youngest person in the country that could do that. And it might be the last person trained to do that.
No shit.
It's a very unique system. So, yeah, it's just a different life, like it sucked in a lot of ways, but in other ways it was good.
What was that one?
Yeah, I like 911 turbos. 911 turbos are sweet.
What was that one that they had? It was like it had an experimental 4-wheel drive system. The 959, I think is.
Yeah, the 959 was based on the Paris to Dakar rally car, and it was all-wheel drive. So was the it evolved from the Carrera 4S. And
it was a fat boy. I remember that. It was a big old fat boy.
Yeah. It's a different looking car. My favorite, if I had to pick a favorite Porsche, my favorite Porsche right now is the 996 GT3. No, pardon me, GT2. Because it's turbo, it's rear-wheel drive, and it's pretty light. My absolute favorite car, which nobody can afford anymore, but I had one for a while, is the 1973 Carrera RSR. Or Carrera RS. And I had one for a little while.
That's the little one.
I had a clone. I didn't have an actual one because there weren't very many of those. But
well, it wasn't much more than a Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah.
No, it was no. It had no Volkswagen parts. That car. The 73 RS was super light. It actually had a thinner glass windshield from the factory. I didn't have that, and it was just an amazing. It was amazingly light. It made all the right sounds. Mechanical fuel injection. It was great. It's a great car. Loved it.
Get that backfire on an upshift. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool car. I miss it a lot. That's okay. I got other cars.
Yeah, I wanted to, before we move off of the car geeking out shit, I wanted to ask you about your background. What is this car you have in the background? Is that an Aston Martin or an Alfa Romeo? I can't tell.
Oh, that's a AI generated car that is kind of like it's kind of like a Ferrari meets an Aston Martin.
Yeah, that's kind of
the closest thing it is the closest car that comes out at is the Lamborghini GT350.
Ooh.
EV turbos.
The Mira?
Which EV turbos?
Oh yeah, but it had those weird fucking headlights. The Lambo did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. We can stop geeking out about cars now.
Yeah, please do. That's like the most boring thing Grid talks about.
Cars.
It's almost
I'm
like
not a Tesla guy at all. I don't like Teslas. I don't like EVs.
You can't.
You can't straight sixes. So like straight sixes. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, actually,
trucks and shit.
Straight sixes were bad fucking ass. Just
I agree. That's my speed right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a Trailblazer with a straight six. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a buddy that had
BMW might be the last company making a straight six.
I had a buddy that it was like the late '80s maybe, but he had a 3/4 ton Ford with a straight six, and that thing would outpull like diesel dually fucking trucks, dude.
My stepdad had the straight six with the 4-speed transmission, but it was really a 3-speed with like a granny low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
it would outpull a lot of bigger trucks just because of the gearing. It was so it was ideally matched. It wouldn't go fast, but it was ideally matched to pull. Like we used it to haul hay, and you could just stack that trailer with hay and roll right on out. It's cool. It was a cool truck.
Yep.
Yeah, that's tough work right there, Grid. Baling hay and loading it on a trailer. I've done that before. That's tough.
Yeah,
that's a sweating day for sure.
Yeah, and you know why you wore the flannel shirts, right?
To keep
because if you didn't, your forearms would look like somebody had stabbed you 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always I didn't my first time out hauling hay. I was probably 13, 14. And I'm looking at all these dudes running around in flannel shirts, and I'm like, it's hot out here, man. What in the world?
Yep.
And by noon, man, it looked like my arms had been just assaulted by some small animal.
Yeah. Well, that's working outdoors in general, man. I learned that from working the fields and different things. My grandfathers, great grandfathers back in the day, they wore the long sleeve shirts, and like, what in the world are you wearing a fucking long sleeve shirt? It's like 100 degrees out here, and you realize that two things: number one, blocks the sunburn,
right?
But number two, as you sweat, it gets wet, and it keeps you cool. The least little bit of breeze is nice.
That's true, man. That's true. That is true.
Oh, no shit. A 2022 Toyota Supra has an i6 in it. I did not realize
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a BMW. You know, Toyota doesn't make its own performance engines.
No, I didn't.
Yamaha made the 1JZ and the 2JZ.
You're fucking kidding. Isn't that what they're fucking famous for?
Sure. Yamaha made them. The early valve covers or the timing covers actually said Yamaha right across the front.
Yeah, that's like a fucking Chrysler. They used to get Mitsubishi on the fucking engine when you buy a Chrysler back in the 90s.
Mitsubishi supplies engines for a lot of people. MHI, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, is one of the largest companies in the world, and it's only dwarfed by Hyundai. And Hyundai is massive. Like they make ships, like ships, like container ships. So it's an interesting, like making cars is like a side gig for Hyundai.
Yep.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, they got a plant down here in Alabama, those Hyundai people. There's a ton of their containers all over the state, too, because they got a plant here come up through Mobile. Yeah, they make a ton of stuff. Good work, too.
Yeah, no, they're I was always kind of an anti-Hyundai guy. But I came to learn a lot about the company. 'Cause we were actually going to run the Hyundai what the fuck was that thing? Not Genesis.
Equus?
No, it's like a little 3-door hatchback looking car that's turbocharged. And
Tiburon or whatever?
Nah, it wasn't a Tiburon. That's too old. It's newer than that.
Like the Ionics?
No, that's too new. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was the
Was it a
Veloster.
Veloster?
That's what it was. Veloster. Yeah, the Veloster. So we were going to run the Veloster, and Reese Millen fucked me on that deal hardcore. Like if he literally fucked me over. Hardcore.
Right in the ear. Right in the damn ear.
Well, so I called Hyundai up, and I'm like, hey, we're currently running the Mazdas. We've got a deal in place to run Chevys if we want to. We'd like to run the Velosters in touring car, and we'd like to, maybe run, when you release a Genesis, run the Genesis in GTS or GT, GTS or GT. And they were like, yeah, we liked it. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. And everybody at Hyundai I talked to loved it. And then Reese Millen, so Hyundai was kind of pissed with him anyway because he did a Pikes Peak car with them, and it had all kinds of problems. And they gave him like, I don't know, $400,000 or $500,000 to do it, and it fucked up left and right. Didn't really do a good job. And the following year, he got involved. He weaseled his way into the Veloster program because they used him as a driver for one of the ads. Where you may remember this ad where it's like playing golf with the Veloster, like pinging the, because they're supposed to be so fast and nimble.
Is it a rear-wheel drive car, front-wheel drive car? What is it?
Front-wheel drive car.
Yeah, okay.
And supposed to be so nimble, small, and quick with that turbo. And while we were trying to make the deal to run it in road racing, he was talking to them about doing Pikes Peak again and rallycross. Well, he never did any of the rally stuff. He didn't do the Global Rallycross Championship, or he didn't do GRC. He didn't do America Rally. He didn't do World Rally. He didn't do anything. All he did was take their money and do Pikes Peak, and he barely did that, and took all of the budget that Hyundai had away from us doing it, like all of it. And I'm like, they called me up and they're like, yeah, we'd love to, but we're already backing Reese, and he's got this deal in place. And I'm like, fuck, goddamn Reese Millen. The guy doesn't even have a real name.
What?
Fucking Reese. RHYS. Reese.
What?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
He's an Australian.
Oh, okay. I guess that gives him, a pass.
Yeah.
Because he lives in a fantastical country in the first place.
It's amazing how bad. Like, you think people will fuck you over in the regular world? People will really fuck you over in business, and especially in deals where people are
international deals,
looking to get money. So we're working again. We're working with Chevrolet. Chevrolet was really good to. We wanted to work with them, and I had a deal like if I wanted it, but there were so many people running the cars already. I was like, this doesn't look like a good deal for me. And so I was just like, kind of like, yeah, I think we'll do it. You know, I don't really want to. Ford and Chevy both were like, they were both like, they'll sell me a car for $1. They would sell me the cars for $1 each. They would give me a credit for parts. They would give me a bunch. I mean, like I could have written a ticket that just you wouldn't believe. But I really wanted to do something cool. And so the next car we were looking at doing after Hyundai was Toyota. And Toyota had a really sick sports car that they were going to that they had. It was a GT car. They were trying to get ready for FIA GT3, but nobody. I mean, it had so many problems. Nobody wanted to deal with it. And Toyota was basically Toyota USA was basically trying to get someone to buy the car for like $1 million, and like nobody's going to do that. Like nobody's going to buy, and it was actually I think like 3 cars. They wanted to sell the program, right? It's like 3 cars and all the spares and all that kind of stuff. It's like $1 million. Well, yeah, okay, you can do that if the cars won a lot, right? Like I mean, a Ryder Engineering Lamborghini at that time was like $700,000, $680,000, and another 75 to 100, 150 for spare parts. So sure, 2 of those, you're at $1 million, $1.5 million, $1.7 million, something like that. To buy, if you were going to do a 2-car Gallardo team. But the Ryder Engineering Gallardos had been winning fucking everything on the planet. Like they won everywhere. They were great cars and they were proven, and so they were worth the money, right? Like you knew if you put the money in, you're going to do okay. Nobody knew anything about this Toyota, and everything that I'd ever heard, everything I'd heard about the Toyota was it was a shit show program, and no matter what you did, you were going to have to straighten it out.
Yeah, but Lambo's not going to give you the Gallardo for $1.
No, and Toyota wanted $1 million, but Toyota wanted $1 million for I think it was 3 cars, spare parts, some engines, which we couldn't keep. The engines technically belonged to TRD. They would build the engines and give them to us and put them back together. It's an engine program. They weren't going to give us the engines. So we basically were paying $1 million for 3 cars and some parts. Again, if that had been a Ryder Engineering Gallardo that had been well developed, a proven spares package, a proven engine, a proven transmission, everything, like you get in and push the button and go racing, that's worth it. I mean, at the time, GT3 RS was like $385,000. So
the Porsche,
the Porsche, the Cup car. So I mean, the economics of racing are really weird, right? Like that's why I have such a weird perception of money, because if I tell you that to go racing and to go racing, I'd have to find $250,000 just to get started every year. That sounds like a lot of money, but in reality, that's like dropping the bucket. An average weekend, an average weekend in the cheap cars was my cost about $22,000. So, and then I needed to bill like 40. So,
what would a top 10 finish net you at the end of a race, right?
Prize money was irrelevant. I mean, I might get back $5,000, $10,000, something like that.
Oh no shit, that ain't much.
Yeah. Now you're racing for a butter dish, brother. You're racing because you like to race. Like that right now, today, if you had a racing license and you wanted to go racing in SCCA, or you wanted to go racing in SCCA type racing, WRL, there's a WRL team that right now today has 3 seats available at Mid-Ohio for the season opener in a proven car. I believe it's a Honda. I think it's a Honda Civic of some kind. $3,000 is what they want per driver for the seat.
The driver has to pay?
Huh?
The driver pays?
Yeah, usually. Yeah. Yeah. So that right now, if you were like your, I forget what you said his name was, but the SCCA guy, right?
Oh yeah, Because Race Car is his name.
Yeah, Because Race Car. So if Because Race Car wanted to go do a WRL race, which is an enduro race, and I forget what class that is. They have a weird classing system, but it's a competitive car. It can run up front. There's going to be 3, maybe 4 drivers. $3,000 gets you in the show, and you get to drive the car and maybe win. I mean, we're not going to win any money or anything, but you get to go do it, right?
That would be really cool.
Yeah. So, the way this normally works is it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just ridiculous stuff. I can't even tell you. That's why I have such a weird.
It's a big barrier to entry. It sounds like huge barrier to entry.
Yeah. Well, a lot of this is like guys that just save up all year to go racing, and they have they know they can do like 3 events or 4 events, so they'll pick a track. I had guys every year that would call me up and be like, "Hey, man, you can have a seat available for Laguna Seca?" And I'd be like, maybe, I think so. I don't know. And we put them in a car, and it's like $12,000, $15,000 for the weekend, and they go get to live their life's ambition that weekend.
Yeah. Does that cover any kind of insurance on the car at all or anything like that?
No. Actually, the way that I did it
or track damages. You have to pay for track damages too.
Yeah,
right?
you have to pay for the track. So I required a $5,000. Well, it depends on the car. So for the cheap cars, the touring cars, there's a $5,000 deposit up front, and that covered basically, most damage $5,000 would cover. If you totaled the car, and I did have this happen. If you totaled the car, or you did damage to the car, we just send you a bill. You had to pay it. And it's such a small community that if you didn't pay the bill, nobody was ever.
You wouldn't race again.
Yeah, you're never getting a car again.
Damn.
So on the expensive cars, we did have track insurance on those, and that was about $15,000 per weekend. In insurance, but that covered everything, except they didn't pay for wheels, they didn't pay for graphics, they paid for everything else. They wouldn't pay for wheels or graphics. It was very funny. Hey, Kat, how are you? I see you out there in chat. I see you out there.
Race Car says this. He says, I do solo autocross. I have done some spirited track days for fun, but I really like the technical aspect of the build process. Looking to take my FC to Pit Race, Mid-Ohio, and Nelson's Legends after the car is completely built.
Yeah, I've been to Nelson's Legends a lot. Mid-Ohio, I can't even tell you how many times.
Oh, I love Mid-Ohio. It's a great track.
I still have an RX-8 race car.
That's freaking awesome.
I still have an RX-8 race car. I still have an MX-5 race car.
I do a lot of sim racing, and Mid-Ohio is one of my favorite tracks. Yeah. I don't do any real racing.
Mud, Ohio. It always rains there.
It is that part of it's the Ohio Valley, man. But I tell you what, I really appreciate you having me on, Grid. But
man.
I'm gonna step out, and I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, that's good because I know CloverTac wants to talk guns now.
I was gonna say I appreciate you all indulging my car geekdom. So, cheers.
Yeah, you're fine, man. It's totally cool.
Oh yeah.
The IPA guy, when he came out with my name, I was like,
yeah, he recognized you, dude. He recognized you from your race team. So.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah. He used to race too. He said it was really expensive when he used to do it.
Where's he out
of money? He's in Ohio somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, he's in Minnesota. I'm sorry. He's in Minnesota. Race cars in Ohio. Yeah, race cars in Ohio.
There's no racing in Minnesota.
There's no real major tracks out there, is there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all around Cardinal. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was weird. I was like, there's very few people. I mean, it's easy to find out who I am. I've been on, like I said, I've been on TV, man. I've used the same business name forever, same team name forever. Yeah, Road America. I had a real bad. Our team had a real bad crash there when it with the driver.
It's a fast one. I like that one too.
Yeah, Glenn had to jump off apparently. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Kind of got me talking racing.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, you all have a nice night. I'll see you around. I'll be around.
All right, see you guys. Clover Tech, how are you, sir? Other than asleep.
I'm here. I'm not asleep. Hell.
Yeah, I survived all of that monotony.
Well, that's what people feel like when you start talking about all of your weird, anti-social monarchy stuff.
Yeah, I want to hear about guns though, man. Clover Tech, what's new in the pew pew world, man?
Oh shit. Got a SAR 9 Sport in last Saturday. I've had it a week. Put a few rounds in them. Working on trying to figure out. I know as soon as I start doing content with it, folks are going to ask about mag bumpers, extended base plate, whatever, and it being the SAR 9 Sport. And right now, the only option I've found so far is to get those from SAR. They're like $40 a piece. Who's going to pay that for a extended base plate? Like that's
dude.
Stupid. And
I'm shocked. I'm always shocked.
I've got a company called Cane Arms. I've worked with them for years, and they do some real high-end 3D printed stuff. But
I got a cool 3D printer.
Yeah. Anyway, they got some. Yeah, they do too. They've got all the nice toys, like it's industrial grade shit. But anyway, so I've been back and forth with them. I did a whole lot of testing and measuring and other things, and they're sending me, I think, 4 or 5, I don't remember, different models that may interchange with that. So we're hoping that that's the case, and then I can turn people on to about a $20 option for that rather than a $40. So kind of holding off on that a little bit. Man, I got an AR rifle coming in that's on its way. That's pretty nice. It's a Global Ordnance Monolith, which is essentially a one-piece barrel. So the gas block, gas tube, like that whole thing, pretty sweet. I mean, it won Rifle of the Year, I think, last year. And then what else? Oh, an MP5 clone. I've got an MP5 clone coming.
The B&T?
No, the Military Armament Corporation. The MAC.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's on the way. So that's a few.
I think James Tarr reviewed that not long ago, and he really liked it.
Yeah, they've been out for a while, and I've shot them at the different shows and different things. They're pretty cool. Even shot one with the binary. It was really, really fucking awesome. But yeah, I've got one of those on the way to play around with, which should be fun.
Kissy Cat, you did not hear a snore. I've been sick, and so my nose is still kind of not runny, but I have to sniffle every once in a while, and I cough every once in a while. Don't be making fun of me. I'm not snoring. That's Anson Knowles.
Anson's so stoic. It looks like it's a screenshot.
I know. He looks about like between half asleep and then fixated on something.
Like every now and then he'll blink. And you're like, okay, it's not a fucking screenshot. It's actually a.
Thank you, Kissy Cat. I actually feel way better than I did the other day. I couldn't even make it through the show. It was terrible. I got my shoulder holster mostly broken in.
Nice.
Yeah, the clip, or not the clip, but the thumb brake is still, it's still a little it's not where I like it, but that's all right. Yeah. And so I've been having fun with that. I'm shooting a 3-gun Sunday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, I am. My son may have sporting clays practice because they're shooting or skeet next week. I guess it's actually skeet practice. They're shooting 3 rounds of skeet next week, and some. It's not a championship, but it's like a mid level competition, something like that.
Like a qualifier type thing.
Yeah, something. So it's like going into the season to kind of seed the different teams, and so they're doing his team is doing that.
Skeet's so tough, man. That's my. I mean, I enjoy shooting anything. I enjoy pulling triggers any way that you pull triggers. But holy shit, like skeet's frustrating.
My kid loves it, but he's got to get new.
All instinct, dude. It's like all instinct and like muscle memory. There's no.
Yeah, it's mostly muscle memory, man. It's interesting because like he has on one side of because of his glasses. On one side, he's almost perfect. As soon as he gets to the other side, because of the way the sun is.
Oh yeah,
it's he's just randomly missing for no really good reason, and it took me a while to figure out that it was actually his glasses, and so he's got to get the vermilion, and right now he just has. His glasses just auto darken, and that's okay most of the time. But he's got to get the gold and he's got to get the vermilion lenses. So
right,
I just don't think he's going to have them before this qualifier. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, in a couple of days. Yeah, probably not.
Well, it's a week out, I think.
Yeah,
and I just don't think they can get it done. But it'd be cool if they could. It'd be cool if they could.
And he should hit up and get the. He should try some of the Hunters HD Gold stuff.
That's where I'm ordering. He's picked out the style.
Hunters HD Rubies for shotgunning, man. Like anything orange. In fact, they'll fuck you up if you try to wear them around daily wear, because like anything remotely orange glows like it's fucking radioactive. It's the weirdest shit.
Yeah. So he's getting a set of the Hunters HD Gold and a set of the Hunter HD Rubies. I have a set of the gold. I have 2 sets of the gold, and I'm getting a set of the blues.
The blues. Yeah, the active blue. The active blues are really cool for daily wear.
Yeah,
because they act as they've got a little bit of polarization, and they act as actual sunglasses or whatnot. The gold is good for low light, so a lot of different situations. The ruby obviously shotgunning, and then the blue is more of a general purpose. Blue's also really good for driving, because the blue. The gold, and you don't wear the rubies every day, daily wear or anything. But the gold, if you wear your gold daily wear, and that's fine because the definition and a lot of the other things with that's really cool. The gold though behind a windshield will not darken because they require the UV, and windshields block UV, right? But the blues will. Now they won't darken all the way. They won't darken as much as if you got out of your vehicle, but they will actually darken. The blues will if you're driving too.
Interesting.
It's almost like I sell the fuckers, ain't it? You would think.
It is. Do you sell them really?
I've been working. No, I don't. But I've been working with Brian and Hunters HD, man. They've been friends of the channel since there was a fucking channel, or even before. Like I've known him for a long time.
Yeah, I actually really like. I like mine. I'm not a big.
Well, I mean, you can see it. I'm wearing mine in my picture there. Just in regular, they're customs, because that's the cool thing about Hunters HD Gold for everybody out there. You can pick whatever frames you want. They're an optical company and lens manufacturing company for regular eyeglasses, so they can make the Hunters HD Gold lenses for any fucking frames you want. And so mine, I've got a pair of the gold in Nike frames, and I've got a pair of blue customs in the Nike frames. And I can wear those if I go out on the range. Cool, right? But otherwise, I can walk around town and go to town and just wear them as normal sunglasses or whatever. And and they're in normal looking frames instead of the big thick, safety frame things.
Yeah, I actually really like mine. I was wearing them a lot. They're tough. They're really tough. I actually my son dropped them out of a bag getting stuff out of the car, and it kind of fell underneath the truck, and I backed over them.
Yeah.
And the lenses were fine. The frames, because I had them in the Wiley X
yeah.
frames.
Yeah, those are
not
popular.
Vapor, Saber, maybe Vapor.
Yeah.
Whatever. I had them in the Wiley X frames, and the frames broke. But the lenses were fine. So I have another set. I had another set of the same frames, and so I just put the lenses in the other frames, and it was fine. It was great.
I take a little better care of mine now than I used to. I do have one pair in a pair of Radiance frames, and I use those probably more than any. And I use those a lot when I'm like working outdoors, chainsaw, woodworking, any type of things like that where you need eye protection, right? But even like weeding in the yard and things like that. And so I don't worry too much about them. Now the ones that I'm wearing in this picture, the Nike frames, I've had to send those back because the problem was I was wearing those for everything, and they did end up getting not scratched, but it was almost like micro scratched. Yeah.
Yeah, they were just
where
worn.
they were it just wasn't clear. It was almost like there was a film on them or something. But anyway, I'd said something at a show or something. I'd said something to Brian. I'm like, yeah, it's a little annoying because they're not as clear to look through as they used to be because they're kind of weird. And he's like, put them in a box, send them back. He said, we'll put new lenses on them, not a problem. And
yep,
they took
I like those guys. Wow. I need to. I've got actually they're on my list of people to call tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Monday. Where has this time gone? It is 11 o'clock. Normally, I start doing outros at a quarter till. Am I going to participate in verbal combat? No, I would love to, but unfortunately, I don't think I'll make it. I may stop by. I don't know. I'm going to send you guys to Wrestler, though. I think he's doing some really cool stuff.
Wrestler?
Yeah, I think he might be like spilling the beans on the Mel thing in Vegas or some crap. I don't know.
Just drama crap, man.
Yeah, but nobody else is up, dude. Nobody else is up. Let me look again. Hang on, stand by. Let me look again. Who's live? Oh wait, the Powdered Dusty is live. There we go. Although he's doing the same thing.
Yeah, he's a drama queen too, but he's more entertaining than Wrestler.
Yeah, he's more entertaining. All right, well, I'm going to send you guys there. There you go. All right. And I'm probably gonna. I may wander over to VK. We'll see. We shall see. Wrestler got aced tonight. I'm really surprised. I'm really sorry Tiki Tac didn't make it on tonight. Yeah, I know, Arthur Daya. Guys, it was a great show. I really appreciate everybody that participated either through super chats or just coming up or comments in the chat. Remember, I do this all the time, so stop by often. Stay as long as you like. I will be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is a trash talk Saturday night. I normally would call it shit talk Saturdays, but unfortunately I can't advertise it as that due to YouTube's standards of service. Also, by the way, my debate has been canceled. I was going to debate First Amender. Yes, the mental midget himself. I was going to debate him on whether Zelensky should step down. However, that debate has been postponed, delayed, rescheduled, whatever. As soon as I know, you'll know. You're all great people in my book. Clover Tech, say some good stuff.
Who, me? Oh, I was just happy to get to hang out with Anson for a little while. That's all.
There you go. Happy
yeah, man, you're awesome.
What about you, Anson?
Grid, I really appreciate the venue that you set up here and the fact that you're willing to pull up people like Ruff and convert them from weirdos that are female style spurging into someone who is somewhat normal, because you just don't take their crap. And he just eventually had to wilt to the masculinity that was presented to him.
That was funny.
That was
funny.
And
I don't think you're very masculine. Well, I don't know. Let's feel like I've done a lot in my life.
Yeah, I appreciate your venue, man, and I have fun in here, and thanks for doing it, man.
Tell a buddy, bring a friend, man. You know how it is. We only grow when people know. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. Be cool, wear glasses if you need them, and